some shit to smoke.
So we got a lot of people looking. Sitting in the wings.
You just sitting there with an ass, not saying nothing.
What's up, man?
I say you're not saying nothing. Mic check 1 2.
Oh, I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Shit, I didn't say anything.
Oh, you damn grabbing that kind of smoke.
Yeah, get your fucking dabs ready.
Shit, man. Yeah, I just posted LinkedIn. I put you're tagged in it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try calming down because I'm on Chatty Cathy.
That's all right.
I don't want to put trick because there's me and you time, and then there's all right. Well, let's just relax and let's.
Chatty Cathy's good. That's what we want is Chatty Cathy.
But I want to let you. But I want to let you. I'm gonna chill. But I want to let you.
What?
I know you're gonna have to do some volume changes probably because that's what you gotta do when you got hosts. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're good.
But yeah, I want to let you chill. Where's the? You know, you should put it up on screen that way I can kind of not make you do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna be moving all over, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, let me change the volume." And
what? You're good.
Okay, is that cool? All right, let's go live. Let's go. Ready when you?
It's already going.
Oh
shit!
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, fantastic.
We're ready to go. We're just chilling. It's gonna take a while for people to come in and stuff.
There's nobody on right now? What about YouTube and the Twitches? And do you have all that live?
I think so. It says connected. D-Live, connected YouTube, connected to Untethered.
Oh, and then it shows the views next.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's hit up our people, right? I don't know. I was gonna say hit up, have Chris's guild chime in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting there in probably in Discord right now doing the fucking battleground or whatever.
There we go, huh? We're still live, huh? Like we're live. What
Parker,
about...
what's it sound like? Give me an audio check. Mic check 1 2. Going live. Got the smooth sounds of the 70s right here. Just cold kicking with Jay in the Apocalypse. We need a tool in the Apocalypse. Take some dabs. Yeah, JJ, just keep your eye up here, and if something pops up, that's probably somebody typing something. So I'm gonna get some audio checks.
Live on Discord now, huh?
Live on what shit?
Huh?
Live on what stuff? Live on Discord, YouTube, D-Live, Twitch all at the same time.
Yeah.
Look at chat. It's like someone's talking to it.
Oh, what's up, bro? Oh, but I can't see their name. So it's just random people. I don't know who they are. That's crazy.
Alright, we got the smooth, funky jams coming in here.
What? Full Vice Inside Man for 20 minutes. Oh shit. Sounds good? Alright, big
Yeah, I
round.
think so.
We got Populotron coming on in about 45 minutes. Bring you the true apocalypse news.
About to take a fat dab. Alright.
Yeah. Buddy says Blues Brothers COVID 2020.
Man down.
You know? Because you got a little Blues Brothers. Huh?
Blues Brothers, COVID 2020.
Yeah. Blues Brothers COVID 2020.
It's definitely 2020. Get Blues Brothers.
That's the new hashtag now, right? Go 2020.
Martin Rivers.
Oh, the Ro-Ro. I like the Ro-Ro.
Oh, I can do that Highland though.
What? You want to do the Dirty Hound?
We're going full gloves.
We got the crumble too.
I have to do that crumble as well.
Gloves is almost 2 Vice. So, I like the questions on the screen. You can see the questions, but you don't really see like who that is or their name.
It's just
It's just the handle.
names.
Yeah, the avatar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
their
It's kind of crazy. They don't really call it a. They don't really call it like. Do they still call it a handle? What do you think, Parkin?
Oh no, JJ, you like this too much.
I do.
You're gonna be a big guest, I bet.
No,
A heavy contributor.
no, no way. Just somebody who wants to speak and talk a lot, and
Exactly, a heavy contributor. It's perfect.
I hope I throw out like just a less percent of like garbage. Hopefully, you know. And,
So here's the thing about the garbage, is that it depends on what segment you're on.
right?
The later on in the night, the more garbage you can spew. So if you're on the conspiracy hour with Ron, then you can put out as much garbage you want. That's around 9 p.m.
Wow. No.
Dude, yeah, we've been fucking around with this for like a month now.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Timer?
I like the setup here. Yeah. How many do you want?
Just start it.
How many seconds?
Or, what, a minute.
You want 1 minute?
Do a minute 5.
1 minute and 5. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Waiting for Parkin to come back. You really like that rig, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's good for what we have. I think once we get a couple more rigs in here, it's not going to get used very often.
It's really neat.
Yeah, it's dope.
Where'd you guys
I don't
go?
know, but there's some. James is from Utah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is it like an older rig? It looks. I like the
It's
chambers.
a couple years old.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah. According to the guys, it's like a Chinese one that can be made a lot. So it's not like a blown.
good. Yeah, it's not like a custom piece. It's just more of just a continuation of a line.
Yeah. But it's,
I've got one kind of similar. It's kind of continuation of a line, but it has like a flare on it. So like it's like those, but each one is still like different. Does that make sense? It's really neat. What's up?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Oh, you're
It went off.
Yep, almost. And you're ready. Go. There you go. Just so you know, I put it at a minute 10 because, and then I cut you off actually before the timer. So now you heard the timer, but it wasn't as accurate. I was keeping time in my head, my friend.
Yeah, with you coming by, it's technically a sesh, so
Yeah.
we officially restarted the sessions now.
Oh wow, I feel honored. Yeah, I know it's not a lot of people are traveling, and I know you guys are doing, what you guys are doing, but you're being very cautious about it. And
Did you make it out to our new place for one of the sessions?
no, I never did. No, because it was a pretty busy time at the beginning of the year, and then this whole thing happened, and I think you only did you guys had like one or two,
Just
right?
any pictures?
No, still haven't seen any pictures, man.
You haven't?
No.
I'll show you.
No, it takes takes a lot of effort to kind of post to one person now. So everybody just wants to kind of hey, all my friends are gonna see it on this, or all my friends are gonna see it on that. So I know.
We have them on Discord. Have you got it on Discord?
I know that's literally what I was referring to. Is you guys are on Discord and you keep on telling me to get on Discord so I can notice all the things you guys are doing. I definitely want to do it. Just not Discord guy. But today that will change. I'm a BattleNet guy though. So I do like to play a lot of StarCraft. I'm playing StarCraft since I was a young man. StarCraft 1 came out. It was just one of those amazing things. We used to have StarCraft sessions with 13 people. And it was intense. It was we had tournaments. We had people just compete for a championship of just hey, that's just the night. And it's what do I win? Nothing. Just you want to play again? That's what people would do. They win a StarCraft championship and then they just play again. You're what do you win? Next round. That's what you win. And let's do it again. And we would just, but I think it was about mastering our StarCraft. There's a better way of putting and now I watch kids on YouTube and you see crazy matches, man. And you're I can't keep up with that. That's 500 APM. Have you seen that just a crazy amount of their just hands are just doing this constantly, and it's about how fast can you move your fingers. And I'm you know what, not for me. I'm good on that. I don't need that. So
Dude, where's Ezra?
So where does the sub
Ezra's
picture
listening.
come from?
Oh, Chris Kelly's there. Perfect.
Let's get the sub camera.
Yo, is this blue one the one that gave you the headache?
It's probably.
Is it his
Are
thing?
we literally doing anything? What about?
Yeah.
There you go.
This is the one.
Oh, okay. Apparently he is watching.
Thanks for the heads up.
So I posted this on LinkedIn. If you're here from LinkedIn, we got a few. I've tagged a few people, and hopefully we get some LinkedIn people. It'd be nice to hear some great opinions on what we have, and wait for Ez to get back here. Like I was telling a good friend of mine earlier, I'm really looking forward to Ez asking good questions, because I can ramble literally about anything. But off the rails is almost too dangerous, so we'll get there eventually, just not at the beginning. We want smooth sailing before this disaster crashes. So I'm really looking forward to some of the questions that Ez has. And I speak with heavy sarcasm, and I hope people can get that in a very serious tone and manner right now, because sarcasm is how we actually hold everything together. Most people forget about that, and it's a deep thought. I know. We wish we could all be ones and zeros, but but we wouldn't care about each other if we did that. So let's think smart.
Oh, my bad. Cool. Right there. Yeah, I can hear myself now.
So we got. I think we got two. I think we got a friend and my wife.
Sorry, Karen.
Oh, so nobody can hear me. I'm saying, hey, nobody can hear us. I'm saying, turn down the music. It's like, the music is great, but he wants to hear the guest.
I'm not the DJ here. That's Ezra.
We'll get that fixed for you. Onlooker number 2. That's great.
Does it sound like I'm
So
speaking
as
to
they're
a
saying, the
sock?
music is too loud. There you go. See what he just.
Maybe it's because you have a sock on your face.
And maybe because I got a sock on my face.
Oh, he has a sock on his mouth.
He's got
Who
a
is
sock
that?
on his mouth. Oh, just looks
I
weird.
can't see the blue on blue there. Who is that? What's
See
that?
what Ez and I said.
Can you read that?
That's what
JJ?
I'm gonna do. Huh?
What does
Yeah.
that say? The user.
Test. No, I'm good. Okay. I think it was just because I had a sock on my mouth. Is that better? That should be better. That should be better. Yeah. I'm a little bit higher above, and a little bit higher above the music. Hopefully. Look like a sheep, like a ram. I love it.
Smell that dirty bank.
Very good. Man. Wow. That's one of the... Wow. That's very amazing. Who's this?
The dirty pink. That's Apex.
Nice. Very nice. I don't know what Ez is doing. He's supposed to be hosting the show here. Parking way like the warm-up guy, right? Hence the torch.
Yeah, dude. We try to treat this whole thing like a warm up. You know.
I think you're doing good. It was great. Like I said, I can talk, I can mock, I can cheerfully entertain as best as I can.
Can you maintain dialogue with yourself?
Yes, actually, I can. See, here's the thing: is when you've been in quarantine for as long as I have, then you're just dying to talk to another human being besides your child.
Did you draw a face on a ball yet?
Oh, it's a beautiful ball, but we won't talk about.
We won't talk about your balls right now.
He's okay. He's doing okay. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna name names, but he knows what he did. Nah, we're here to hopefully have some fun. And oh, what time? Do you want the timer again? No. Yes. All right. You got the timer. Okay. Oh, he's got. It's picture on picture. On picture, if you're watching. That just blew your mind.
Good.
So, I would say, I don't know where that comes from. Just somebody randomly saying that. So,
Where's that dirty pink?
nice. So why is it called Dirty Pink? I feel like there's names, but they just get lost.
Band, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And maybe a pink lemonade or something like that.
No. How's everything going, Ez? You ready? We got some onlookers. We got 4 people in the room. So
it's me, Ron, and Chris. And probably
I think it's my wife and Chris, and maybe 1 or 2 other people that are going to get bored rather soon.
And Ezra.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll bring it back. You know, Discord is kind of interesting. It's kind of taken off. It's kind of I can't wait to join. And just definitely a lot of people that have handles, and that's how they kind of come into this room. And you know, they got questions, and they're just onlookers and people that just want to say, you know, hey, what's happening, and what questions do you want to ask? But you don't know who I am, so we're waiting for the host to eventually sit down and interview me, and I'll figure that out.
It's called a shocker, bro.
And
JJ is our VIP. He's actually
yeah, so until the meantime, it's just me chatting and then waiting for the show to start. There's like a pre-show, and we've already lost one person, so it's they already know it's the pre-show in some form, I guess. and the guys are still waiting to sit down. He like got everything set up. We were sitting here, and then he went live, and then he literally just like took off. He's like, and then I'm just
Here's the thing.
I'm just gonna walk out of the room, and he's still trying to set up some stuff, but we know it was kind of my fault because I posted to a few people, and then I was like, oh well, he wasn't ready for me.
See,
And,
here's the thing,
I ended
JJ.
up just toppling the whole ship.
Is
I'm terribly
Ezra
sorry.
is both the director, the producer, and the host all at the same time. So he's got a lot of jobs. He's
Yeah.
going to be in and out of the chair a little bit. He's also the DJ.
And honestly, he was the final call, so it was his decision, and so he's the artist. is
But
what
you
he's
know
saying.
who's
He's
a
the
great
artist.
host? Ronsky Fane over here. You're up.
See, nobody's gonna recognize me because of the beard.
That's it.
So I gotta wear the mask. You know, I'm the inside man. You know, I try to be out I can,
awake, so he's on.
but nobody recognizes me because of the beard. So anybody that, yeah. So unless you know how you came in here,
What's up, everybody? How are we doing today out in the land of the quarantined? Man, so 30 days in quarantine, huh?
I feel like you going back to mask is like an old common thing for you.
I know.
You know?
Actually, I never wore masks.
I feel like this is just so tradition in the industry. You know, you're just like, hey man, what's up?
I know. It looks like I've worn this all the time. But,
You're like, man, I'm doing so much business right now that this brings me back. You know what I'm saying?
No, as comfortable as I look in it, I'm not used to wearing a mask.
No.
It's easier not to.
You know, funny thing, I'll give you. That's awesome.
What's up, everybody? Where's our people at, man? Where's
Yeah.
Walrus
get it going.
and shit, man?
Let's get some people going in this thing. I think what's interesting is I've actually never done a run in the industry before it became medicinal and all that.
So you didn't do anything?
I messed around with some things. Like, don't get me wrong, I had some. I got shown the whole world and all that. But man, I really just backed off and I didn't want to touch any of that. But interesting enough is when it went legal and when it was going legal, I've been actually asked to run runs.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh yeah, you want to make a few bucks? I'm gonna talk to somebody for you, and if you want to run something down to LA or something.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, is it legal? And they're like, what's that like kind of mean right now? Everybody's waiting for the permit, and we got to move some cannabis. So what's going on? And I'm like,
dude, there was a lot
of. And it was this.
When did you start smoking?
It was like 3 years of gray.
When did you start smoking?
I started smoking. Like right around like 18.
Oh shit! Okay.
Started hitting that, and then I did some stuff. I never did anything harder than weed, shrooms. But
you gotta pump those numbers up.
But
those rookie numbers.
What?
No, I'm joking. Just not doing anything other than
no, man.
Shrooms.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
We gotta pump those numbers up. I was always a proponent of it, and I thought it was really interesting why we treated it as such. It's a freaking plant. It's a tool to me. So it's like, dude, it matters how you use it. And
God damn it. You gotta put the capper on.
oh yeah, no. The Puffco's the way to go.
Right? Just a nice easy hit every time, man. I like how it heats it up to the right temperature. Did you hit it twice? Alright.
See if I can get it back on. But
Should vibrate when it's ready.
yeah, but the Puffco's always the best piece for me.
It is, man. There you go. Now you're getting a good hit. Filtering too much. Hell no, I don't. That was a delicious hit, bro. It was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go.
It's
It's better him keep the mask on. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? Right? It's better him to keep the mask on. I've been quarantined for 2 weeks. I mean, you can imagine. You can imagine what that's like. But anyway, kind of. So I never, I did at 18. And kind of messed around with it. I would just kind of, I'd get it when there was, there was a party going on, or I was always down. It never affected me in a way that I was like couldn't operate the next day, or like the way that alcohol really would just destroy me, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
So I would never be like, oh, after I smoked weed. In fact, if anything, it made me kind of chill with the alcohol before, and it was never like, hey, if I'm gonna go to a party or something like that. Like when you're at a party and someone gives you weed, like it's an old joke of like, hey man, do you want some beer? It's like, no man, I just smoked weed, why would I want some beer? Like, yeah, of course I'll have a beer too.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't get sauced off like 50 beers.
Yeah, you know, for me, cannabis, like weed, if I smoked, I didn't really need anything else a lot of the time. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely had my fun with alcohol and had many of a fucking hangover.
Yeah.
But weed, I mean, it's just that one thing where I prefer weed over alcohol any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I'm not a guy who drinks a lot in the first place, never was, but for the people that are, you know, it's always good to just kind of level off a little bit, kind of get a little crossfaded. It doesn't mean that you just consume the amount of both. It just means that you find a rhythm that works for you.
That's true.
The other side of it was so I took this break. I ended up getting kind of kids when I was real young, and then kind of found my wife, and then married her. And she also smoked too, and by the time I met her, I wasn't smoking anymore. And I was like working my way doing just some real, you know, like kind of sales, kind of like white collar jobs at that time, kind of working my way out of like a kind of blue collar way, kind of electrician starting out. And then I kind of worked my way in all the way up into insurance coverage, and started doing, you know, like a lot of insurance, and just not smoking weed by any means. I'd have a drink still every now and again, but just rarely. Like I got myself down to maybe like 5 drinks a year, and I did some drinking in the 20s a little bit.
Getting stuff in my younger years wasn't a problem either.
I know, right? So you know, I did some drinking, you know, like right at 21, 22, and by the time I was actually 21, I was kind of done.
Yeah,
because I was doing some drinking up Boise for like I was like 19, 20.
Dude, you were in fucking Idaho. That's all there was to do.
Yeah, I was like 19, 20 in Boise, and like my roommates drank, and so they're like, yeah, man, you're 20 years old. If we got beer in the house, like who gives a crap?
Yeah,
and I was like that, like 6 months of just drinking.
Dude, I was
like, I'm good.
I was 19, and I was the only one that was able to get alcohol out of the whole group because for some reason the fucking guy at the liquor store just liked me and never fucking carded, man.
Yeah, I mean, I never went to the bars or anything like that. But if they had beer at home, then it was like, you know, and I had a great time. And every time there's other harder drugs, my roommate kept it very simple. He's like, listen, if anybody comes over here to our parties and like somebody's doing harder drugs, if you ask for it, you'll get turned down because they're my friends.
Yeah.
And then you're not my roommate anymore.
Oh, wow.
And he was very just upfront about that.
Wow.
You know, and he was just like, dude, I'm not going to get in something because you're 20 years old and I'm like, you know, 35, 38. He just got divorced, so he had the house to himself.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, let's just have some parties and hang out with my friends. And he needed a roommate. And I was cool enough roommate. And I was like, damn, I'm going to learn from these tradesmen and craftsmen. And they were just, you know, all hard workers and good friends. And so anyway, yada yada. Come back to Cali and do my thing. And I start kind of, as soon as I landed in Northern California, man, like you're just like, hey, when's the last time you smoked weed? You know, like, you know, it's like it's literally the same conversation as, hey, when's the last time you got a drink, man? You want to go get a drink real quick? It was, hey, man, you want to go grab a blunt real quick?
Yeah,
it's like
the weed scene in Northern California has always been a little bit different than any other part of the country. I feel like it's even though there's been a stigma around it for a very long time, like at least in Northern California, you didn't really have so much.
Let me back off, man. This Game Shark guy's like, hey, man.
Nice.
What's up? He's gone though. But, did you hear that? We need Ez.
That's our.
Is that our phones?
It could be a phone responding.
See the tech these days. Hold on, let me try this.
That's fucking 5G, huh? Speaking of conspiracy theories, what about 5G, guys? What's going on with this stuff, huh?
Hey, Ez. Hey, host of the show who hasn't come in here.
What's up, G? How you doing, Mr. Hames?
Can we get Game Shark? I'm with you.
It's Hames Shark.
Hames Shark. Happy Passover, everybody. Hey, what's going on with the static? People are saying there's some static issues. Do you mind? I'd like to get you in here and start do the best you can. See, here we go.
Oh shit!
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. I don't see static.
No static anymore.
No static. We only got one viewer left though, so that's it, right?
It's all right.
Game's over. As soon as it hits 0.
Shit, man. So
as long as there's one, just know that. As long as there's one viewer.
So you started smoking when you were 18, though. I started. My very first time I smoked, I was 13 years old. And literally since then, I've gone less than 4 months of my entire life since then without smoking. There was only a couple month period while I was in the Navy,
Wow.
and then about a month where I quit when I had my first child. And besides that, I've smoked fucking fat. Even back in the day, man. Fucking.
Wow.
And then about a month where I quit when I had my first child. And
See, we got all
besides
sorts of stuff
that,
happening. Are we still
I've
live?
smoked fucking
It's
fat.
just, I don't know what's going on. And there's a huge delay. I think as I was trying to keep the PC back, right? You trying to keep the PC back a little bit? See, we got all sorts of stuff happening. Are we still live? What can we say and what can't we say? I don't know what's going on.
Whatever you want.
There's a huge delay. I think as I was trying to
And
keep the PC
and you,
back.
what's your
Now I can hear
screen
myself
name?
though. Just knowing I can hear the whole conversation in my headphones.
Yeah.
What can we say and what can't we say? So
There you go. Yeah, no,
There
there
we
was,
go. Now
there
we're
you go. While you had that on, there was a fat delay.
is this still pre-show?
No, it's on.
Because we're waiting for Ezra here to get in. and
Green Fox, no names on here.
I can't wait for the good questions, Ez.
Well,
Yeah, man.
I don't think that. I mean, we're just rolling.
Yeah.
Dude, you're one of the. I like it when we talk. That's why I think that you'd be great in here.
Hell yeah.
So I'm waiting for Ez, but I'm gonna entertain.
Yeah, for sure.
Entertain you, brother.
Let's keep going with some.
Are you getting any more orders right now?
No.
I know that this is all
Balls
legal.
are not
Like, this is the
vibrating,
legal
so-
game right now. This is just Corona.
Yeah.
This is just COVID. This is just the craziness.
Yeah.
But you're still a delivery guy, man. You got to do your legal runs, and
I
you got to
do.
do. It's just crazy to work in these cities. I mean, other than these times, like.
Well, I mean,
like, how do you handle yourself?
We're careful out there. We're wearing gloves, so making sure that we have gloves the whole step of the process, even while we're packing the product. Not just
crazy,
for our
man.
safety, but for people's safety as well. We really want to make sure that it's the one thing that they said. There's only really one way to be able to protect yourself from this, and it's just wash your fucking hands all the time. Like, just wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. It doesn't matter, man. Like,
That's
and
awesome.
so, like, I almost have no fingerprints at this point because I've been washing my hands.
Really?
For 20
That's crazy.
25
You know? That's crazy.
If I go outside, like outside of our building, and I come back, I'm washing my hands. If I go
wash
to the
your
store,
hands.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Wash your
Yeah,
hands.
that's it, man.
Wash your hands. How many people out there are washing their hands right now? Not that many.
Wash your damn hands. That's right. I know.
So common hygiene. Like we're dumb monkeys.
Uncommon hygiene, apparently.
Like
'cause-
we've regressed in the eras.
dude, I just
I mean, it's just
figure like
ridiculous.
instead of like
Wash your
common
hands, dude.
hygiene, just be like
How
what's
easy
his
is that?
name? Just be like Howie Mandel.
Huh.
Like everybody just needs to be a fucking germaphobe right now. Like
I think-
don't touch me.
Exactly.
Stay fucking away from
Yeah.
me and wash your hands.
I think here's the best thing you could say. Listen to the medical professionals out there.
Right?
They're halfway right.
Hey, you might have been
just
washing your
gotta
hands at 2
disseminate,
years old,
that's
bro.
all.
I was in the Philippines at 2 years old.
You know
I was
what I'm
washing
saying?
my hands in the dirty ass river. Probably.
I know, but you still had methods and practices that they are just repeating, that
Right.
they're learning and passing on. But sometimes they say, "Hey, use this pill."
I mean, well, and the fucked up thing is there's
We're not
still a
gonna
lot
go
of places all the way around. I mean, like a lot of third world countries, they don't have the ability to just wash their hands in clean water so easily, so accessible like we do. So, clean water is one of the things that we take for granted, like fucking
That's
electricity.
next,
dude.
man. Clean water's next.
That's it.
That's the next thing to go. Once this
Burn it
corona-
with fire.
Once this Corona thing ends, clean water is next. That's your next victim.
I mean, the world. Burning the world.
That's
All
our
right.
next crisis.
The whole world fire.
You know what's interesting is that we're so connected. Think about what the internet has done. We're so connected right now that we're fighting something as a world. Imagine that right now. It's affecting everybody. It's not as
Do you
long.
really
like,
call- would
like
you
we have
really
like
call
we have
this
other things. We have
fighting?
wars and climate change and things like that. But
Would you
but-
really call it fighting, or would
this
you call it hiding as a world?
Well, no, we're social media. In social media, I'm constantly hearing about ways to come at it, ways to approach it, how to educate ourselves, how to do something from it.
Yeah, but all the ways to come at it and ways to approach it are literally to avoid it, like it's the.
But to Game Shark's point, 30 years ago they didn't have the technology to connect us now, do they?
Sure, not at all.
I can connect the world. Because I'm still I think we're still at 7 people away from 7 others right now. So imagine
we are
telling,
way less than
so
that.
imagine telling 7 people like
No,
it can
yeah.
echo.
You
pretty
mean
quick.
7 layers of separation? I think we're like at 4.5 probably nowadays, dude. I bet
Hopefully,
you.
we're fighting that curve with the tech, but they all, you can get to the last unknown person, they say, it's within 7 connections.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the last, like, you're talking about somebody off the grid who has to literally travel somewhere because all tribes talk now. So
Yeah.
it's just how it all works. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is.
But no,
I mean, the world's changed a lot even since we were little kids, but just the last 3 weeks, the world's changed, dude. Like going out to the grocery store, watching people awkwardly fumble around fucking X's marked on the ground and shit, dude. Like
it's nuts, man.
Giving people fucking dirty looks when they break your 6 foot fucking space. Like, do you not know personal space?
And I think there's exactly. And I think that there's a lot of the thing is that when we're all connected and we're all able to talk, we start to look at what's entertaining. And when the world is your TV, you're going to notice a lot of crazy stuff. It's because it's going to be in front of you. You're not going to hear about it 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. You're going to hear about it in 10 seconds, man. That's how connected we are. But you're going to hear it so fast that you start to make, your own assumptions about what the world looks like. And that's really what sometimes that can hurt.
Well, I mean, in all reality, you
got to have a good feed, man.
Everybody's own perception.
Got to have a good feed. Yeah.
Like.
I was telling my wife the other day. I said, what would be really, really cool is that if you gave me like one of your feeds, like if I went to like your Google feed and you give me one of your feeds, I could just like, hey, I'm really into this idea, and I just click that in my feed and I go like add these stories, right? Yeah. And so now I have one of her normal things that she likes to look at in my feed, and then I told her, I said, and then the opposite is that you have to take on one of mine, and I don't think she could do the politics. I don't think she can do, the business sector, because that's like the only two things I look at right now is politics, the business sector, educate myself on the risks, educate myself on what's really going to echo after everybody's riding the Times in their house and going, by the way, did anybody notice that 10 million people lost their jobs? And that's like the whole middle sector that literally just made our economy. And it's like, did you see what the UN numbers were? You just lose everything.
They were talking about the World Monetary Fund and the UN numbers, and all the way up until January or December, literally almost every country in the world had positive GDP growth last year. And there was a continuance of that positive GDP growth all the way up until this happened, and now there's not a single company in a positive.
We were like right getting a rhythm.
Country in a positive.
We're getting a good rhythm. There wasn't, there wasn't a lot of people that liked the people that were running the world, and it always happens. And
I just wonder how long it's going to take to actually bounce back.
And here's the crazy thing: is that we're at a time I think where our generation is coming into power. We've come this far. We're in our 30s, we're in our 40s, and we're just another generation kind of coming in. And it's up to the current generation, whatever you want to call that, whatever you want to call the old guard, whatever you want to call religion or politician or politic or party that you want to side with. It's our parents. It's our moms and our dads, and they're ready for retirement and they're ready to go there. But I think what they're scared about is that we don't, as our generation, we talk a little different, we act a little different. It's hard to get that communication across both sides, by far, both sides. I think
there's definitely a disconnect between our generations, because we learn to talk in different ways, for sure. We learn to communicate. Oh, we communicate so much faster. Like even typing, right?
Yeah.
We'd probably type on average 60 words. Like the average our age is probably 60 words per minute. Boomer is probably 30, right?
It's
looking good. Oh, thank you, sir.
Seems oddly. I won't comment on that. To Ezra's point of view, for those people that tuned in earlier.
That's super
funny. I think honestly, we absolutely, we talk faster, we learn faster. Doesn't mean that we make the same like we're not making as many mistakes or anything. We still make really big mistakes.
Yeah, we make mistakes faster, even probably, but we learn from them faster.
Yeah, but we learn faster. And I think that there's a certain point, where our elders really got to trust us.
Yeah,
it's about trust, and they haven't trusted their folks. Honestly, look, I think is where it comes from.
This is the thing.
We won't get into that therapy session.
Dude, my parents asked me for help anything electronically, right? If it's electronics in any way, shape, or form, my parents, the first person to come help set it up, could teach me how to use it.
My moral and ethics came from Mario. I don't know about you.
Right.
Just saying, I learned to save a princess, and I learned that there's shortcuts if you play hard enough that are always there.
Yeah.
You just got to think about them and experiment and then try. And then I think that was the true intention of Mario is, hey, we can warp you to the end, but you got to earn that, man. You got to try all these other tubes and you got to fail. You got to get stuck in level freaking 5 where that fish world just goes round and round. And you're like, no, man. No, dude, I just saved up so many lives on that level 3. Yeah. I got 100 lives right now doing the freaking turtle hack.
I mean, if you think about it, dude,
and I'm stuck in fish world. I got to reset the button. And you got to start from level 1, don't you?
How quickly the human brain, even back then when Mario first came out, and how quickly the human brain actually created its own algorithm without knowing the math, but actually created its own algorithm to problem solve its way through a video game like that. Because you had to learn when to jump, you had to learn when to dodge, you had to learn when to duck, you had to learn, Yeah. And it's pretty cool, man.
Oh, my wife was telling me, she goes, he's playing, like, my son, who's 5 years old. And she goes, is he playing Minecraft? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, is that coding? And I go, yeah, to a layman's, yeah, it's coding. Yeah, it's what our future generation of children will be doing.
Sure.
And he'll literally have a job at 16. Like, yeah, for sure. It's exactly how that works. And she's like, perfect. She's like, awesome, and she kind of got the fact that when we were playing video games, that was the beginning of what dove us of us that really wanted to do it into coding. That was like first step, and you would just kind of hit that bar of like, hey, here's what computer programming is going to be like. And then now my son's like, I got to do that, and I'm like,
dude, I try and not prevent my kids from playing video games because my whole my parents hated me playing video games.
Right.
My ex-wife fucking hated, dude. If I turned on a fucking video game, so it was like I fucking went out and cheated. That's how fucking bad it was, dude.
So for me, this is where my mind goes, and it's going to be super blown, but we only got 2 people watching, so we'll be okay. This is where my mind goes, is that's why you have to play video games right now. Because if you play video games now and you're keeping up, can you imagine if you had to be 70, 80 years old and you have no idea what the future looks like, but everybody's playing video games right now, and we're all moving towards VR.
I'm fucking some whippersnapper up on VR.
But get this, we're all moving towards VR, and VR is not what it is now. Everybody thinks we're in VR. That's not VR.
No.
VR is virtual reality. When you literally have a screen that you have to like drop down. You can't. Your body. You have no control of your body. Right. Okay. So you're subconsciously in a game that's being manufactured, and you have some sort of a cognitive control. And so that's true virtual reality. And trust me, hopefully we don't get stuck down that, but that's a long path. But my generation gets to enjoy this. Hopefully, if we all survive this Armageddon, is that I have to trust that if that will be how I operate my world. That'll be how I mean, look at what I got to do now. I got to hop on the computer and I got to do this for a living. Yeah. And I was literally doing that as a kid playing games. And now I'm going, okay, but now I got to start playing like video games and keeping up with the rhythms and the algorithms and how everything's moving. Because if I step into VR and I'm just used to not doing anything with screens, my brain's not going to take it. No offense. But I will lose my mind. And you could just leave me in there and just unplug the dang thing because I'll probably be gone. I mean, I'm going to spend probably the first 2 years in there. But
think about when that's actually the option that becomes an option for instead of capital punishment. Actually, just like think about how humane of an option that actually might be instead of capital punishment. Just
leaving
literally,
him in VR? Leaving him in a virtual prison.
Yeah. Now
you'd save room.
You'd say not only that,
and a feeding tube, right?
Dude, you could feeding tube, and the thing is, you could literally create a VR.
Ghost in the Shell, real quick.
Dude, you could create a VR that would actually
Ghost in the Shell, real quick. He's like, oh, you know what you could save space is you could just hold their brain, like they're still alive, kind of like cut their head off like in Futurama kind of thing, but it's just their brain. You put them in a VR system, man. That's a small box, right? Small box. That's what we're gonna do with our prison inmates.
No, but no.
Oh, he was. Wait. I'm sorry. Oh, he was proven innocent. Oh.
No. I never said anything about chopping off heads. Hold on.
Because I don't know how that's going to work.
No, what I was really thinking, though, instead of chopping off heads, you would be able to create a program that, in a short amount of time, could convince the individual going through that system that it's a lifetime and force them to learn something very, very vital in that amount of time, make them feel like they learned a life lesson, served 20 years inside a prison, and get out and it's only been a couple.
That would be nuts.
Right? Or like one. It would be crazy, man. Hell yeah! I know this is. I'm too muffled here myself.
Are you going open?
Oh. Yep.
Man, based off that mustache, I would have left that on.
Oh, dude, my trucker stash.
Just saying.
You don't like my trucker stash, man?
Wow. So it says we have 0 people in the chat, so we have no idea how many people are there.
Everybody's left, huh?
No, I mean, there's literally people are typing in.
Jay's getting untethered.
People are typing in right now, and I don't think. I mean, it says 0, but we don't really know. So people can ask questions, and we are live, and we are 100% live right now. And yeah, but the mustache is great. I do love the mustache. Isn't that amazing?
Hey man, it's the longest I think I've ever grown it out, actually.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions for what I do in my profession, or who I think I thought I was the guest. I think I'm now the official host. I don't know how that's come to be, just because I talk so much.
The shows,
you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of back and forth.
Show.
But I'm talking about so much about myself that I'm literally hosting myself, because that's what a host can do. He can literally talk about himself, about anything, and he learns to shut up along the way. So I'm going to shut up. Mr.
Hey, let me be real. I mean,
Mr. Ortiz.
Most hosts are probably going to be a little bit in love with their own voice. So it's it's definitely part of it. I mean, nobody jumps on here without enjoying.
I think I have an inner ear thing. So I'm having an inner ear thing where it's I hear myself. It's not that at all. I've had this since I was a child. And yeah.
How many people do we have on here untethered?
We have always one.
Always one?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there it is right there.
You know why, Ron?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Because Untethered Live's watching.
Because you're here, bud.
Yeah.
I always got one.
I actually am.
I always got one.
You know who I am on there? I was blunt tethered earlier.
You're blunt tethered?
Yeah, so I was just trying to fuck.
So I'm waiting for the host to show up. Because I'm actually not it. I'm actually the guest.
Right.
Joke's on you. Joke's on me.
Usually we get a couple guys in here right about this time and do the Apocalypse chat with
Apocalypse chat.
Yeah,
it's like a whole series.
Oh yeah, man!
But it's the untethered. It's just untethered, man. Yeah, it's just we get here to get untethered.
We get untethered and then pretty much talk. Get the fuck away from each other.
So,
Weather raccoon.
So
are you sure this isn't? I think this is pretty close to 6 feet.
You got a camera right in your face too. Have you been like that the whole time?
Apparently.
I haven't noticed. I've been looking at the chat, making sure everybody's there.
Jay's host now.
I don't know.
Jay's your host now.
Is that
Weather Raccoon? Where are you from, man?
Is that CK?
No, that's he jumped on my computer. That's off my computer.
No, Kelly.
No, CK will be.
Which one's Kelly?
You'll see him. It's literally like Chris Kelly Dabs.
No, if I know my boy, I think it's Helix Hacker.
Nah, watch. Any TP in Texas? Oh shit.
What? TP in Texas? What's that one?
Right there.
What? Oh, okay. I see. He's on the Discord on that, so he wants to roll it. I feel it's your brother. Any TP in Texas? Not so sure what that means.
I heard everything's bigger in Texas. I hope the TP rolls are bigger out there too.
There's plenty of TP. Nobody needs to freak out. There literally is plenty of TP for people to do what they need to be doing.
Let's not.
It just might not be available in your local area.
Yeah, let's not tell the masses that they don't have to worry about their precious.
I'm from. Listen. I'm not gonna speak.
Traded some for a thermometer. Dope, bro. Fucking apocalypse right there.
It's exactly
well fucking done, dude.
Thank you. And this guy knows what he's talking about.
That's actually. Yeah, how much? Hold on. How much did you trade for said thermometer?
Toilet paper for a thermometer. Yeah, toilet paper for a thermometer. Well, you know. Apocalypse. Oh, yeah. They're starting.
I told you.
Started. You know, that's what we were talking about. I was talking about the family, talking about, hey, by the time we might do X, if we prepare, money's not worth a thing.
No.
So let's think about, what value you bring to the table, because it's not flat screen TVs. It's hey, I need a tool. I need a device, and I need electricity, and we're all gonna be watching on our phones anyway. So that's how all that works.
I mean, did the thermometer work? Because $6 for a $10 thermometer, it sounds like your economics were on your side there, buddy. You at least doubled up on that.
I think that's the beginning of many bad deals for that gentleman. I don't think he knows how to haggle.
That's all shit.
And I hope.
No, I don't know, man. That's not bad. A 6-pack of toilet
I hope
paper.
when we see more of that. That is very smart.
Well,
Remember that
hey,
guy this guy started with a paperclip and he bought a house?
Really quick.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? That guy, he's killing it right now. That guy's got a full estate somewhere in the Bahamas.
Dude, you remember
this
that?
is his
There was a show
time
for a little while.
This is his time.
Hell yeah, bro.
You know, he's like, about time, man. I'm gonna buy me an island. I'm gonna start going amp.
Hell
you
yeah.
know, just going amp.
Just going. Well, that's a pretty fucking awesome skill to be able to fucking trade well enough to trade from a paperclip, no matter how many fucking trades it takes.
Hey, it's gonna start with that. Oh, what'd you
No matter
push?
how many fucking trades it takes to be able to trade for a paperclip for a fucking house.
That's true.
That's dope shit.
Do you think? Do you think people will start like? Do you think people start just like mass trading like cars and stuff that just people don't want anymore because they're just like, I don't really use it anymore. And, like, I just kind of want to upgrade now because I don't use my car and change their whole car thing. You know? And now they're gonna be like, I'll trade you a car.
I'm the one hoarding booze. Fucking
exactly
done,
stuff like that. Talk about like some real heavy value items where someone's like, hey man, I don't think I'm gonna do with the gas skills. I'm gonna use a Tesla. Do you want an SUV? You're 30 grand. Yeah, man, I'll take.
How much booze is?
How much booze do you got in that house, my friend? That's what I'm asking.
How many
car worth?
How many rolls of toilet paper for the handle?
What are you doing to upgrade yourself in the Apocacast?
I don't give a shit about you. Dude, that's what I'm fucking saying. This guy, Weather Raccoon, you must. If you were here a couple of weeks ago, I literally said that exact same shit. Being Filipino, man, like, you grow up, you don't need toilet paper. You just fucking wash your ass. It's real simple, dude.
Ooh, so the stand-up showers are dominating right now. People that could just walk right in, do a little bit of you gotta take it cold, right?
Hell no. I'm taking a nice warm shower washer, but my point was
a whole shower. You're taking a 5 minute.
Do you not wash your ass in the shower already?
Well, yeah.
So what's the difference?
I wash head to toe.
Yeah, that's my point.
First off.
So if you go into the shower,
That's
you
how we
already
beat
wash
this
your
virus.
ass.
Second off.
It's not that big of a fucking difference to wash your ass.
Well, time-wise, I'm just curious about time. It's nothing. You do you, brother. It's always surprise man's flair. I'm not going to I'm not going to get down on you. I'm talking about. What's the time like? Are you taking like another 5 to 10 minute shower? Because you gotta. So
first off, the shower comes out with pressurized
so
water.
when you turn on the shower,
and you just light it up.
Are you turning on the shower pre-squat? Right? We're turning on the shower pre-squat, right?
No, just wash hair, wash body, bend over, spread cheeks. Super simple, bro.
No, it's warm. So do you start the shower Weather Raccoon? I love the questions. This is amazing. So do you start the shower pre-squat, right? Like pre-squat, right? That's what do? You do pre-squat?
I like to actually wash my ass first when I get in the shower.
So the man washes. No. after you do the number two.
It's not like I jump. I'm saying if I had no.
Okay, well, everybody washes their ass. I thought Weather Raccoon was saying no, man. Like after I take a number two, I just hop in the shower.
No, he's just saying that toilet paper is not a big deal because you have the capability of just washing your ass at any time in the shower.
Okay, but nobody wants some turd scuds hanging, like a literal raccoon. Right?
Let me just, again, point out, you don't think you have a little bit of poop on your butthole after you wipe? Like, you go take a shower the next day, you don't think there's a little poop left on your butthole?
It's good to wipe. It just matters what you wipe with and how you wipe. I wish we could wipe with good baby wipes, but there's just no baby wipe that's flushable. I know everybody says flushable baby wipes, but that's why I'm here, folks.
See, buddy, it all drains. Look, you have a baby.
This guy's headed back to the forest in literally 4 weeks. He's just like, hey, so if that's the case, then we need to be bush people, right? That's where we need to be.
Have you ever had your baby poop so much in its diaper that the only option was to walk your baby over to the fucking shower and rinse it down?
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It all goes down the drain.
No, absolutely. Do you know who else had that concept?
A sewer is a sewer.
About 200 years ago. And then people said, hey, let's create sustainability and let's use rags to catch our baby's fecal matter when we're in an inconvenient place.
First off, there wasn't really running water so much
people had to wash that
years ago.
People had to wash that on a freaking washboard and wash that and those rags, and they would dry them. And that rag had their baby's fresh poop in it,
Yeah.
literally an hour before.
For sure.
And the father's going out going, moo, it's been a tough day. And he just rubs his face right on that rag. And that rag doesn't look different from old poo-poo rag, right? For old poo-poo rag. So here's the thing.
The Romans were far ahead in their time with
We
their,
are past
with their
that.
sewer
We don't
and
need to
their
be. We don't
aqueducts
need
and
to be
water
that far.
systems, for sure.
But I would say that use of running water is pretty neat. But we also got to be very conservative. If everybody used the water tomorrow in that way, we're just not set up.
Yeah.
If we had a better water system, if we put a lot of money, like if we use all the stimulus money to better our current living, decisions besides. If we had that besides, just putting it in people's pockets, we actually put it in infrastructure. We actually put it in, like $1 trillion could have fixed like all the roads out there. Not that we need them right now, but just know that all the road work could have got done while we're all staying inside, and we literally wouldn't have to fix them for the next 10 years. And then we have to decide what to do with that money, because that is what our generation wasn't doing. They weren't deciding what to do with the opportunity on the next.
About 5 years ago, the World Health Organization put a number.
Stuff. I'm not gonna say that if that number gets up in views. I'll tell you that much.
Right. About 5 years ago, the World Health Organization put a figure on how much they thought it would take to cure the problem of world hunger. And that figure was $600 billion.
Yeah.
Not even a
world
trillion.
hunger, $600 billion.
That's
Somebody
all it
did the
would take.
economics on it.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm saying,
and
so
they got $1 trillion going out that they just did that.
$2 trillion like that.
No, the feds want to do
And that's just our
2.5.
country.
Well, we're already $1 trillion in debt, and we're mitigating this trillion through a few things and a few deals, and that's great. And if you start working higher up, you can see what's happening with the other countries that are wanting to help us out. I mean, that's literally what the White House is. It's one business, economics, roundhouse. What deals are out there?
Yeah.
What deals can the White House take? And how can the business of the White House get back to work and make sure that these big trade deals are moving across the table? And that's who we hired to go in there and to help us economically. But when you move economics that far, in my opinion, you got to move socialism a little bit too. It's not socialism; it's good ideas and bad ideas through socialistic views.
I mean, it's a social,
and you can call those things whatever you want. You can
it's
call
a
them
social
a lot
safety
of
net
things.
is what it is.
But it is
Yeah.
because when you rise from the top, and you're like, I don't think there shouldn't be billionaires. I just think that if there's going to be billionaires,
There should be social safety nets.
We need to be We need to, and we're not going to catch everybody.
Yeah.
There's so many homeless people on the street right now that we're not going to catch anybody. We're not going to catch every single one of those people. Driving here to the secret studio for the secret sesh, there was a homeless guy yelling on the street, as we all drove by, like 4 or 5 of those cars, like in this city, and it's a major city. It's like, I can't believe how empty it is out there. And there's a crazy guy. I won't say he's crazy. He's just got his own thoughts. That's a better way about putting it. Sorry. And he's just yelling in the street. Nobody takes that guy home. That guy's probably still out there in an alley right now yelling. Because he's got something wrong with him where he's like, hey man, I'm not going to get a job anytime soon. Like, I can't afford to live somewhere. So people are starting to move, homeless people into hotels and stuff too. Yeah. But that at the end of the show, that's it, right?
See, now, how hard is, dude? There's so many things that are happening that people aren't thinking about the long-term fucking problems. Like, one, nobody's gonna be able to evict anybody for how long. So what happens when those homeless people decide they've been staying at a hotel for 2 months, they're over 30 days, and now that under California law they can literally start squatting there and not be able to fucking evict somebody out of that hotel? It's gonna be crazy, man.
And exactly. So yeah, if you want to look at that and look at the fundamentals of what's going to be. I mean,
no, we're not in LA.
We're not in LA. Keep guessing. So yeah. So when you take the economics of that, and you look at those economics and you go, okay, well, who benefits that? And a lot of lawyers actually benefit it. And I'll tell you why, because they're already writing agreements. They're already making paperwork out there that says, listen, when you get in this hotel, we have the legal right to do something. Yeah. We have the legal right to literally call the cops. You've signed an agreement. Maybe you're here for a month. Maybe you're here for 2 months. But we know something. You're not going to want to go back to your situation, right? Oh, I think you're getting some feedback there, bud.
Yep. I'll be right back.
Oh, man, it's gotta go. He's on the run. Right. That's how he works.
Oh.
Neat. Weather Raccoon just called you. That's why. Weather Raccoon's like, yo, man, I need some stuff. If you don't know, Ron is a very fast delivery man around here. He runs a whole crew. They've been doing very, very well in the industry. They've been doing fantastic, and everybody really has been out there. Just fantastic job out there. Ezra, the host of the show, is sitting down. Ezra, I think I took your job.
Yeah, you're the host now, dude.
I'm a talkative monkey, and I don't let my host talk long enough because you don't know who I am, and I was supposed to be the host, so it's going to be an introduction, and it might be my last time hosting.
What?
I'm sorry.
Your last time?
Well, I think I need to retire.
Well, what are you going to retire for?
Well, there's just, I don't know how many people are watching because I don't think the view thing, because we had 0 people, but then there's a bunch of people like posting.
Yeah, the view thing doesn't work very well.
So it is what it is, but so we don't know. We don't know. And if you're just watching like on YouTube, I don't think you can even ask a question, can you?
Yeah.
Is anybody here from YouTube?
No.
I don't think anybody is.
Everyone's from Twitch. Twitch is where it's at, dude. YouTube's fucking dead.
Oh, but you got things in the corner. Twitch is always good. Discord is always good. Yeah, it's always fantastic.
YouTube's
I'm gonna ping this out to a few more people. I got one more good friend of mine, my brother from the mother.
This guy.
So anyway, yeah, so I think Twitch is where it's at. And if you're here from Discord, you got a camera on your tab, by the way, that's like super, like right there.
Oh shit.
But you already know what you're doing because it's pretty good. And then we had some feedback, which is why I'm really happy that you're back here because you can hear that, and I have no idea what to do.
No, that's just from cell phones.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna put that over there. Sorry about that, folks.
People are calling or texting. Usually, it makes a little staticky sound, like when Apocalypse Ron got that text.
Yeah. So Apocanomics. Let's get back on a little bit topic here. Do you have any questions for me? Do you know where I'm at in the space? Do you know what I do? Did you want to introduce who I am? Because I haven't said who I am.
I don't know.
And the whopping 2 people have those people I probably already know.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. I'm me, I guess. I'm Jay.
We got Jay here.
Jay, and
what do you do, Jay? What kind of field are you in?
I do insurance for the cannabis and hemp space. Right. That is strictly all I do, every day, all day, for almost 5 years now. Actually, is when I first started messing with it. But I'd probably say a little over 4 years. Just running that. I stopped hearing the music. Can you stop it?
No, it just kind of geeks out each other.
So I've been doing that for about 4 years now, and just been in the space, man. Just been in a high risk industry. That's what this is. There's a lot of risk here. It's just not noticeable yet. It has happened in the first coming days of when things went legal and before, and then there was just absolute, all risk before anything, right? So to me, this was like, hey man, I've got my insurance hat, I understand the product, that's easy. Because now I can at least speak on some risk, right? I can start speaking on like, hey, this is what it looks like, right? And this is what you got to watch out for, and this, if you're honestly going to be in this industry and make it happen, I think even if you smoke just a little bit, you should help. I think, can you imagine that all the stoners out there that just have at least had some sort of cannabis in your life, and you're like, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
True.
Hey, you should help. If that's what it did for you, then wouldn't you want your kids, wouldn't you want your friends being like, hey man, better that, better that than some of the other stuff that I'm seeing. Oh, getting more static here. Sorry, is that still me? I don't know. It's everywhere now. Internet, you just can't unless you screen this room in some sort of weird miracle way. I don't know, but if I get a text coming in or some digital stuff. Ooh, there he is. See, I like it how you're here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but now it won't play. He's got it. He'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah. So I think I think as soon as we have kind of more of a grip on what's happening, we can understand how this industry will twist. But right now, I can speak on the risk of it, and I can speak on where it's at and what people are facing. In insurance, it's kind of boring, so I'm not going to speak about hey, what coverages are out there for you, and here's the blah blah blah, and nobody wants to hear that. They just want to hear, JJ, what are you hearing that scares you at night? What are you seeing from a 30,000 foot view? Because I'm all about connections. I'm all about just having great conversations with people, so I can not only make sure that we're having a real human connection, but also getting kind of patterns and data in my world of people in the professional industry of what they're experiencing. What's going on. wow, this guy hit me real quick. This was not my idea, and that was his idea. And I'm a Puffco guy.
You see?
That's a heavy hitter right now, man. Like, it's been a minute since I was dabbing. I'm good off the Puffco though. It's always a good hit. I did a pretty good off that. I might do another one. But you're the host, so you rip away, Postmaster General. I'm just trying to be entertaining for the kids out there.
So what do you think about all the big cannabis companies fucking stocks fucking tanking? Aurora and fucking all those guys.
Those guys are full of smart guys, and you're gonna watch those stocks go right back up.
You think so?
They already went up, right? They already peaked.
Did
like,
they?
oh yeah, they went high. Like they were like, oh, like we're selling out caseloads now. Now it's time to move. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to secure connections.
Yeah.
So that big nut that they've been holding on to, and we all know how big. Seriously, how big some of those deals came through. You got a few buddies that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they got living on the beach money.
Yeah.
And now they're using that big nut that they've been going, hey, we haven't been making a profit, and we've kind of been carving into this thing, and you said hit these milestones, and we haven't hit those milestones, but now we're gung ho, and now we're moving forward and going faster. So it's they're spending that nut on doing it because they're trying to strike, and the timing's right. And unfortunately, through the pandemic, people are at home. People want some escape. People are realizing that they can make smarter decisions if they just do a little bit more research on the internet and understand what's happening and start talking to other people, which is what's really happening, sharing of ideas.
Yeah, true.
And those people are learning, I need to smoke a little bit more weed. I need to hang out. I need to chill. I need to spend time with my family. I need to understand what family even looks like. And I need to understand what that dynamic looks like. It's kind of like retro a little bit, like living in the caves, maybe not that far back, but you can't take it that far back. We all live as one. And, the parents have been going to work from 9 to 5 for like how long in a generation, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Like I was like my dad was around for a little bit, but my mom pretty much raised me, and she had a 9 to 9 job. You know what I'm saying? Like she worked multiple jobs. So where she wasn't around, I raised myself off the internet. I've seen memes before they were memes. I was there when the internet was called the internet. Before it was called so many other things, the network, or the ether webs, the
LinkedIn's and all.
Yeah,
that
people said Netscape. People say Netscape when they first said those things, and
true.
we're here to talk about what we're seeing, and we're here to use the communication tubes and how fast they are. Was what Ron was talking about. How fast this communication is to speak to our children.
Yeah,
speak to our kids. I'm 35. I'll be 36 this year.
Damn, I'm already 37.
And for you folks out there who love math, that's 420 months.
Oh, damn.
Happy 420, everybody.
420 says.
You should do a podcast on 420, right? 420 at 4:20 p.m. on 420.
Yeah. Oh, 420.
There's going to be 1,000 podcasts, and this one will be lost in the middle of it.
There's going to be 1 million of them.
That's why you hit it at 419, like the smart kids.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? And you bring in the 420 year. It's just another holiday at this point, as things go legal. And it's going to be about, love, peace. It's about those things that bind us together and tie us together. Dude, you are blowing your mind.
I know. I don't know what these...
Are you only high on weed tonight?
Yes.
Yeah?
I am. I don't know about the rest of these fools.
So you're just watching random stuff on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we can turn
and the music's
on.
still going?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I can do whatever.
Dude, I love the headphones also that you're just like probing.
I know. This one's cool because we've got the Optimus Prime.
How dope is that? I don't know how many people are out there. I'd like to get some questions in. Show one person.
It's, yeah.
And I think it's us.
It's probably us.
So I'd love to entertain you.
Yeah.
And do you have any questions more for what I'm doing? Because what I'm doing is I'm rather bored. And I'm just not going to rattle on economics.
What?
I could go off on politics. That's pretty savage.
Savage ass politics?
Savage politics. So, but I'm going to let you host it because you're the hostess with the mostest says. You got great questions.
We could
do you have any questions?
Memes.
Do you have any questions for what? where do you think our politics are headed in this voting year? And what do you think about Bernie Sanders dropping out of the race?
Totally dropping out. I don't know. We're in the COVID timeline now, so.
You a little behind on politics? Everybody knows Bernie dropped out.
Yeah, Bernie's down for it.
When did you know Bernie dropped out?
Just yesterday.
Yeah.
I already dropped out.
So you're on it. You got your finger on the pulse?
No, not too much.
You sound like you do. You really do.
I got my finger on the pulse enough that,
So,
I don't know.
So who are we voting? So who are the 2 nominations we're voting for?
Oh, I don't know. Biden and who? Trump?
Yeah, Biden and Trump.
Biden and Trump.
Biden and Trump. Biden versus Trump.
Geez.
Trump versus Biden. Both anyway, so we have it's a hard one, right? So everybody wants Bernie to come back.
Yeah.
And Bernie's saying, and if you saw the numbers, more people.
It means Trump's gonna win. Oh shit. That's what fucking Blunt Tethered says.
Yeah, I mean, Trump's going away.
Oh damn.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people say. They wanted Biden. They wanted Biden.
Pussy grabbing Trump and touchy.
And so they did it again. They didn't use the same tactics.
Oh.
I mean, come on, man. The little, what's the guy that got him nominated last time?
Who?
What was his name?
Which guy?
The guy that ran. Come on, everybody knows. The guy that ran the media, the propaganda group behind Trump in his last campaign. And he used social media, he used Facebook targeting, he used Russia, he used a lot of stuff. And they investigated that he hired a company out of UK to just run advertisements, and they used targeted media. So based off your algorithms, if you were on the fence about voting for who between Hillary and Trump, they would give you those ways to kind of get in your head and go, you know what? Trump's probably better than Hillary, or something like that, right? Where they go, you know what, Hillary's a little bit better than Trump or whatever, because they knew which way that you would go vote based off which demographic, and they literally had all that. I mean, because when you have that many delegates and that many people, you know where all the lines are. So if you know where all the lines are, and you know how many people are in that state, I mean, why do they want you to take the census right now, man? Come on.
Yeah.
So, but you know how many people are in the state, how many are in the delegation, and then you can target those people through advertisements. And all that did was just bring data forth of just like, hey, this is how we can control the masses through media.
Apocalypse Run, I hear you out there yelling about
So there
shit.
you go. So that's my take on it. It's a weird conspiracy theory, probably in many ways, but if you can believe all those ladders, then you're with me. If you can believe all those ladders, then you're still with me. I'm not gonna take it a ladder deeper because that's as far as I want to go. I'm sure people take it farther ladders. But so what was that guy's name? What was that guy that ran that media company? And then he tried doing it in the Vatican when Italy was trying to vote for a new mayor. And his name is Steve. Is it Steve Roush? Is it Steve?
Steve Roche.
Steve Roche.
Yeah.
Steve, can you look it up? You got the internets right there.
Oh, we got it right here.
Man, this is awesome, dude.
Steve Roche.
No, it's just look up Trump's
Campaign manager.
2016 campaign media manager. Campaign manager. No, it wasn't Brad Parscale. No, it was a media manager. He ran the media manager. Steve something. I'm curious if Discord knows or Twitch knows. It wasn't that guy. He was like the guy that he hired. So he hired this guy. So yeah, that was clean. He just hired the other guy. But the guy's name was like Steve something. I'm gonna Google it faster than you can Google it, man.
Do
I
it.
think it's because it's all in my head, right? So, you want me to use that? Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Official podcast wireless fucking. Oh, you gotta type in something.
What?
Use your mouse.
What am I doing up here?
Yeah, there you go. Trump campaign media manager. Steve something.
So people just listen in here, huh? And they just.
Yep.
Just kind of hang out, huh? Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon's the guy.
Oh, Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon. This guy. Steve Bannon.
Oh, look at that fat fucker.
Yeah, so this guy right here, right?
Wow.
After leaving the White House, Bannon opposed the Republican Party. And then he goes to the Nordic area, right? Then this guy goes up north, right? And he goes, and he lost the United States election to Alabama. So he lost Alabama for his job, right? And then he starts pumping around, blah, 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 blah. Here it is. Grannon graduated. No, that's before. Anyway, after that, business career, investment, or science, yada, yada, yada. Donald Trump campaign, Trump administration. And then the dude goes to National Security Council.
We're good on you out here? Should we?
Should I do Adapt for the Road?
You want to?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Look, then the guy goes to National Security Council. Then he leaves, goes and starts some other stuff. And now he sits in Ireland, or not Ireland, but Italy now. Now he's sitting in Italy. And he's trying to figure out how to, kind of bring the new democracy there of how to do this kind of stuff. He's like, hey man, if you want regime change, this is how you can do it, And so Steve Bannon basically just goes around and does this same show. So the question is who's going to do it now? Like, what's the new campaign got, right? How is the new targeting working? Is it targeting Hulu? Is it targeting YouTube? Who's doing it? That's the new part. The host is gone again. He has stuff to do. No, I don't know. Oh, and you got the picture-in-picture. I can do some.
Picture of Steve Bannon.
Huh?
Picture of Steve Bannon.
Do you mind if I get some? Do you want me to get up and grab it, or no? Yeah. So the Steve Bannon. I don't think we need his face up there for longer than a certain amount of time because there's algorithms watching for him too. Right? We gotta watch out. Parking this. Anyway, I'm surprised nobody got Steve Bannon on the thing. Nobody was like, "Oh, Steve Bannon, yeah." So you don't know who Steve Bannon is? Wow. That's kind of crazy. So I don't know how to go back. Is it just that right here?
There you go.
Is that live to what I'm scrolling?
So they can see all that.
So this guy here, if you've been hearing about him or want to know what he's doing, this is pretty important. So this guy right here, just listen to the music. It just gets crazy. Breitbart News. He's in the Trump administration. And what he does is he actually just makes a pretty simple deal. He hires a tech analog company out of the UK to run targeted campaigns on people who, based off their algorithm, don't know who to vote for. And that's what Steve Bannon did. Very smart. And now
They confused people.
he's using tech. He's using, hey, I'm going to use your feed and I'm going to control your decision. I'm going to say either Hillary's better than Trump here in these demographics or Trump is better than Hillary in these demographics. Campaign against campaign fours. I'll back off on the campaign fours because that was never proven, but that's another system of control. We won't go down that line, etc., etc. But I would say that, it was proven that, and the UK actually took him to court, and they got sued heavily for the analytics company they used, and it was outed and all that. So, but people want to go down the chamber and say, who's more liable. We're gonna take this off the screen. Who's more liable? And we don't know. We don't know. We don't know how far back that goes, and maybe we shouldn't want to know. I don't think anybody wants to know, or anybody does care at this point. So anyway, parking. After you're done with your monster dab, let me ask you a question.
What's that?
What do you think, what's your favorite game to play right now during this time? What do you got going on?
Right now I'm playing Three Kingdoms. Total War game. But as soon as I can, I'm going to start playing Mountain Blade
Mountain Blade.
Warband. It's the second one just came out.
Wow.
Got to get on Discord with Ezra there and play a little bit. He'll show me around.
Do you have any old games you're diving into? Anything you're circling back on?
Age of Empires 2.
Age of Empires 2, everybody. I have
Stronghold.
Man. Is that the one? Is that the one that's like you build like a civilization and then like your civilization advances?
You don't know
and
what
so
Age of
on.
Empires 2 is?
I'm sorry, man. I didn't play a lot of Age of Empires.
It's okay, dude. Don't even worry about it.
I never had time. I played Civilization like once. I played a lot of Sim Cities and stuff like that. But you know, man, it's really hard when there's so many games and you're just like,
you're not into your history.
I mean, there's my history, but there's just a lot of history. I mean, when I was around, man, there was a few. I'll tell you this: when I grew up with an Atari, right? But then we had an Intellivision. Do you know what Intellivision is? Most people don't. And we had, I probably had to guess 30 games for that Intellivision.
And
when most people thought there was 2 games on the planet. Nintendo wasn't even invented yet. And we had 30 games. We had Bump and Jump, people. Bump and Jump. Come on. And I don't know how my grandma got it. I don't know how, but it was the all time. So since then there's been 300, 400, 500, games. Just growing up as a small kid when I was just like trying to figure out what else consoles are there. Oh, there's a Mario. Well, when there's a Mario, there was like 300 games on the wall and more. And so right now, I'm sorry, it's just
when were you born?
84. 84. So I was just telling Ez, I said 35 this year. Do the math. It's nice. 420 months.
It's about everybody here. Everybody's like between 35 and 40.
That's right. So we're here to talk to our peers. We're here to talk to people that are younger, in their 20s and 19s, and maybe even just in their teens. And that's all. But
have you taken a dab? I think I just saw you take a dab. You should take another one, though.
Oh, yeah, I should pop one up on the Puffco. Appreciate it.
Is this one yours?
Well, it's a lot of people's. So here's to staying safe. COVID 2020. Green Fox leader, old fucker.
Dirty paint?
What else you got? Do you got anything untethered? Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. If you're not smoking untethered, so anyway, yeah, I am an old fucker. I've got 3 kids. I had to count. It's the bird, man. Yeah. So yeah, if you're smoking untethered, good for you. Hope you're doing great out there. And I'm gonna back up here because I'm actually getting a little tired, but I'm gonna keep going for as long as I can. Like literally, that's as far. So let me try to remember. Thank you.
Those are some zombie diamonds and zombie sauce.
I really need a coffee. I might have to put an order.
You ready for coffee?
Oh yeah.
I got a coffee over there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done.
What? You pretty much done. We just got started.
When you lose cognitive function, that means I need sugar.
Blue screens and birds.
So I will get there. I'll get there. But backing up, I got the 3 kids. I got the wife. Later, man. Now I need to wash my hands.
I got 3 kids. I got a wife.
I gotta wash my hands. So I got 3 kids. I got a wife, and I got a business that I run.
Yeah.
I got a lot of
businesses.
Yeah,
a lot of contacts.
Got a lot of contacts in the industry. I've been in the industry for quite some time. And I enjoy my craft, man. Enjoy my craft. And so we're here to talk about the subject with Ezra, the host. With host, my family actually ordered pizza, and they were like, "Hey, you gonna be home soon?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do this podcast thing."
The live cast we're here.
And you just like right there, that right there, just that sounds so good right now.
Oh,
and I could have had some, but I'm stuck here telling this guy.
Oh.
And you know what the joke is? What? This person, whoever Amarion Untethered.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who that is.
It's Alex.
Is that Alex? Okay, the Alex. I mean,
It's a Marion.
he's eating pizza right now, and I know he is, and he's just like,
right.
"You need pizza, dude." You know why? Because he's eating a fat slice right now.
Eating a fatty, juicy.
He's gonna like text me. He's gonna be like, "You know what, man? Look at this fat slice I got right now. You hungry? You hungry, bro?" So anyway, yeah, I'll do a little bit of the dabby dab here.
Felt a disturbance in the force.
I know, right?
Time to eat some pizza. Somebody needs pizza right now.
There's already a lot of sauce in here. Do you put more sauce in here?
Yeah.
I need the here, how do you turn this thing out? Like 3?
Yeah. Just double click twice. When it starts warming up.
No, I don't want it to warm up. I want to clean this thing. I mean, I'll pump out the sauce and all, but come on, man.
Hey, Marion fucking, he said, I wish I got some fucking pizza. You get some pizza, dog?
Free pizza with every heavy order of Untethered.
Well, true. True. What do you got? There's high qual fucking pizza one fucking lose.
Yeah, there you go. You know, and you order from Untethered, then you get a free slice of pizza with your order. Completely sterile, COVID free,
Big D.
not
almost ready to go?
guaranteed, but high chance. What you do is you buy a big pizza and you just put it in slices. And every time someone has an order, you just add a slice of pizza. You just go, you know what, man?
All right,
It's free. You're not gonna pay for it. We paid for it.
let's
We're
get
enjoying
ready for
pizza.
the,
You're a friend. We wanted you to have a slice.
here's the next section here.
You know, no taxes, no cost or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Urban foraging with Dwayne the Vegan. Here we take a look at how to survive in a post-COVID world using our street smarts and gathered nuggets of info. Dwayne, you about ready for fucking the veganism?
Maybe after this queue of 500 deliveries.
You have a queue of 500?
300.
300?
You got a queue at 300?
That's pretty good.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
What does that mean? He's got 300 calls right now?
No, but it's probably 3. That's pretty good.
Probably 3 calls right now?
Yeah.
Where'd the 100 come from?
Oh, I don't know. It's
Oh,
probably
it's just dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's decent. You gotta be dramatic.
It's down to 2 now. You couldn't get to the 3rd. Fast.
What?
No, it's just joking. No, we. I hope we got some people on, and I hope we can entertain. Whenever the show starts,
What? We started about like 2 hours ago.
are we having a Corona tonight?
You want a juicy warm Corona?
Do you got a cold Corona?
No. I got hot coffee and I got warm Corona.
Coffee.
You want hot coffee?
Yeah. Not right now. You don't got to get up. I'll go make my own coffee. I'm not going to make the host.
I got coffee.
I'm not going to make the host make my coffee. So Ez, how many kids you got?
Fucking 1.
You got fucking 1.
I got fucking 1.
He's got fucking 1. Yeah, he's just
2-year-old.
moving on to 1. So you got the 1 kid, with 1 2-year-old, and fam doing okay. Everybody's okay.
Just trying to survive in the apocalypse up in Washington, staying safe.
Yeah. How bad is it up there in Washington?
Maybe the same, if not maybe a little worse than California here. I don't know.
Do you think that we're behind Washington as usual?
Yeah, probably a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah. Us Californians, we don't like to talk about Washington people. We consider that extra Canada. They got that part quite some time ago, and anybody that wanted to legally move to Canada can go live in Washington.
Yeah.
And that's how that started working. And then we just don't talk about Washington anymore. Like, hey, did you hear about Washington? And most people are like, yeah, but,
Yeah.
you know.
I think, and I heard people in Oregon are just like, they're just chilling.
Yeah, people in Oregon are caught in the middle. They're
showing
not they don't care. You know, I got family in Oregon. They're just like
whatever.
what's a COVID?
What's a COVID?
I've heard of that term.
They're like, we social distance every day.
Yeah, they're like, our town is socially distanced from the next town. Like, have you been to Oregon? We don't.
Yeah.
You know, they went digital 5 years ago, so we got to watch out what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they don't live in the city like this. So we haven't given away our city yet. We haven't told what city we're in, and we're not going to tell you.
What? We've said we were in Sacramento a couple times.
And I'm out, people. Have a good time. Have a good night. So what's Dwayne's show? What's he?
It's Dwayne the Vegan. He's doing apocalypse foraging, fucking urban foraging.
Nice.
What kind of mushrooms do you eat? How to be a vegan in the
Is he the next host that you got, or is he my next host?
He's your next guest.
He's my next guest, so we're gonna rotate.
We're switching out. We're gonna give you a hot cup of coffee. You're gonna ask him about being.
Wow.
Yeah.
The bar is set so low that I already got the job.
Oh, you're already fucking.
Look, the keyboard is already faced towards my direction.
Yeah, you already got the keyboard.
You know, but I've got the.
You got the Google ready.
You know,
to go?
but Ezra truly is my engineer. Ezra, is there any more like tricks you have right now to kind of show? Can I actually change the music? I'm actually curious if I could change the music. I know I love this jazz beat. This is amazing, and I've actually. We're not going to change it completely in a way. I love the video, by the way. Where'd you get that?
Oh, it's just random shit on YouTube.
Oh, dude, I love that. I say you keep that going.
Oh yeah.
But I do want to change the music because I actually listen to something similar. But I'm a musician for people. I'm just a pure musician.
Let's take this over to Spotify real quick. Let me get some of that Spotify action. All right.
Yeah, so sorry about that. So you can go to Spotify. So I'm actually gonna type in something and
Type it in here.
I can't
Type it right here and browse.
I'll put what I got here. This is we'll try the best we can. Sorry if it's got a little bit of feedback with this stuff here. Well, no, you can't.
What do you mean you can't?
No, I'll type it in. Don't get me wrong. I physically cannot say this band's name.
Oh.
So I am terribly sorry. But I've been into these guys, and they have a very different sound. And a lot of people probably already know who they are. Let's just give it a second here. That's a little loud, actually. Is there any way you can turn that down?
Jeez.
I think you just blew out everybody's ears.
Freak dance.
So just go click on. Top result. That's who I want. You know, just play. It should just play everything. I think.
That's dope.
As an artist, I think it's going. I think it's just loading. Let's try not to blow up people's headphones. Yeah, we'll just kind of go back. So you can change the music. So the music's changed. You got videos here, and you got us podcasting. I mean, that's a lot. So that's what everyone's into. They're just into 3 screens on one screen. Well, they probably have 2 other screens in their house.
Yeah, probably so.
That's pretty impressive. I wonder if people can see this on YouTube, because I've been referring a few people to go in, and it's not really popping up. So
yeah, unless someone has the specific, it's rough because unless someone's got the very specific, link, I don't know if they can find it. There's a lot of there's a lot of untethers out there.
A lot of untethers out there. Who's untethered out there tonight? That's what I'm curious about, right? Who's untethered out there? Who's relaxing? Who's calming down? Who's seeing, how the markets kind of took a break? Everybody's kind of trying to get away right now. Everyone's trying to go on vacation. It's a beautiful weekend. People are trying to say, hey, how can I get away? What can I do? Where can I be? It's away from people, and so people are heading for the hills right now, not to stay there forever. They're going to realize that they can work from there, which is interesting. But I think people are on vacation today. I think there's a lot of hard workers. I had to work today. I had to work pretty hard, but I came down here to hang out with you guys, and talk about the industry and make sure that we're all on the same page and we're all staying here. I spent a lot of time away from you guys, kind of out in the dredges. Out in the trenches. Out in the trenches. I do it for the industry. I do the best I can, but it's a passion of mine. And this industry as a whole is just moving. It's just on the rise, and you can't go backwards. I mean, you can't uncannabis, you can't unhemp. you know? So if we can't do those things, you know, if we can't do those things, what are we going to do? Well, let's think of good ideas. Let's think of good ideas that work for all. Let's keep moving forward, and let's keep pushing forward. Any neat things coming up on the forefront of hemp that you're noticing, Ez? Anything that you're seeing out there that's just like blowing your mind, man?
Same economic crash as everybody else.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Day.
You ready? It's been a good day.
Almost.
Yeah.
I need Ron. I need to take over so I can make some coffee for us.
Shit, I'm hungry, man.
So, well, hold on. I want to grab this from Ez because no, people that don't know about Ez is that Ez, what's your degree in, and what do you do?
What do? Shit, I don't know what the fuck I do. I don't know what. I used to grow weed. These days, I don't know what I do.
Well, what was your last position that you worked at?
I was director of cultivation.
And what does that look like? Like, do you know what how far do you know in depth of the plant itself?
Shit.
Like, how far do you go?
I go pretty fucking deep.
Like, you know, like the molecular structure of the plant. What about genetics?
In some ways, yeah.
Because you can go farther than that. You can go right into genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genetics.
You know how the genome works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what to do to the plant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know how some real biosciences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tissue cultures and fucking. Yeah, I know a lot of shit.
And you're a doer, so you're more of like you want to run the operation. You know a little bit of the science enough to keep up on it, but you want to run a show.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really where it's at.
Yeah.
You're smart, man. You go so much farther on the plant than I do. So what do you see as far as the next science on the plant? Like, where do you think that we should go with the plant? You know, all three of them, you know, indica, sativa, and ruderalis, but cannabis, you know, as a whole, where do you think we should go?
Minor cannabinoids.
Yeah.
Just gotta get more and more minor cannabinoids. Yep.
I mean, there's like thousands, man.
Yeah, there's a lot more than just the ones we got now. And even the shit they're finding out about CBG now, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
That's 2019 to me.
Yeah, that's
you know,
last year,
you're talking CBG. I'm like, yeah, that's like, that was like spring 2019. Like, we're talking about full whole plant. We're talking about a little bit of THC. Now, what does that undermark 0.03 THC do to you as you accept these other CBDs or these cannabinoids? Something about the receptors, right?
Yeah, it's you know, sometimes even, you know, CBD doesn't bind. You need THC and CBD to bind together, and then both of those bind well to your fat cells and shit in your body. But if you have just straight CBD without any THC, the actual, you know, fucking, look at this guy, THCO acetate. The actual, you know, effectiveness of straight CBD by itself isn't as much as when it's got THC mixed in.
Yeah, so people need a little bit of that in. So hemp is really just so great as long as you know what you're doing. What do you think about hemp as a food?
As a food? I don't know. Can you eat it? I don't know if you eat it or not.
You can juice it.
You might be able to juice it. Get it.
We think about hemp fiber as like, you know, people start using this whole plant in you can use this whole plant in bars and granola bars and so much little just has additives and so many things.
Yeah, it just says like a Southern Green kind of additive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Potentially so. It's got a lot of fiber. Shit tons of fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's you know, there's a time I think where we just see just an echoing of this plant being used, but it'll just become another staple. You know, like it's just becoming our. So it's like, yeah, man. It's like you want to go get high. That's we use that plant, right? And then you can use the plant in this way to build a fucking house. I mean, you can do some pretty crazy shit with this. So how do you think? You know,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So with hemp industry, you know, when we see the growth in America going crazy. What are you seeing as far as like your growers out there and your cultivators out there? What are they doing?
I don't know, dude.
You talking to them during this time?
Hemp's donezo.
You think hemp is donezo?
I don't know, man. When you talk to the high level fucking dudes that like, it's the guys that got into hemp in 2010.
Yeah.
You know, those same people are getting out of hemp and going back to fucking traditional stuff because
they got hurt.
Yeah.
You think they got hurt? They went too hard too fast, huh?
Yeah, the market's fucking wishy-washy.
Hey, you got winners and losers.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. I saw winners and I saw losers. I saw people that decided not to grow last year. I saw people that decided to grow last year. I saw people go, wow, that was good growth. That was a cool test run.
Yeah.
And you go back and you go, hey, do you guys want to keep going or no? And you got some people that lost. People that lost personally, people that lost their lives, people that, lost to a lot of stuff. And so my profession is focused on the loss.
Yep.
What did you see that won?
China.
China kicked butt in hemp, huh?
I don't know. Big Chinese CBD isolate coming in $1,000 a kilo, just destroying American. Yeah.
I think that's more deal based, don't you think? I mean, you're importing oil from China. They've been at it. Yeah. They've been at it for a long time, right?
They've been at it for a while. Yeah.
So really, it's they're looking at us and saying, "Keep up." Like, where you at? And we're going, "Hey, I'm really sorry. We got you next year."
Yeah, we got you next time.
But we can, people got to understand that that's the price point to beat. Mm-hmm. There's people like Pan Exchange out there who great conversation with them and good people out there that actually have an index that they report for free. I think every month, man. And they go, here's the index of where isolate's at, winter crude of the people that we got. So they're trying to be like the new frontier of hemp. Yeah. But they're just like, but they're commodity exchange dealers. And so they're dealing in commodities, and then they're like, yeah, and we'll do hemp. It's the same, these commodity guys are going to start doing that. So they're going to have really good accurate numbers, and they're noticing, leave it to the professionals, leave it to those guys to work on the numbers. Yeah. Leave it to those, we shouldn't if you think about this plant as a commodity, which it fucking is. Sorry, excuse my language if my kids are watching.
Oh, you're good.
They better be asleep. I know one isn't from the text I just got.
Yeah.
But I do know that there's wrong. But I do know that I do know that if we leave it up to the professionals in the industry, it's just a commodity. Mm-hmm. It's all it is. Let's treat it like a commodity. If you want to go, get high and see the repercussions from that and how amazing it is. And
for sure.
Is that you?
Yeah. Well,
is that you?
No,
is that you on your phone? That's it. No, but if we
Apocalypse wrong.
I know, right? It's raw. No, but if we just leave it to those professionals, they'll do the price. They'll check it out for you, and I'm going to finish that thought because we're going to move on to the next. But so you see, so what's happening next in the genetics? Then so we got more people, more cannabinoids that we're going to find out, and then when do we start making our own cannabinoid profile? Like when do we go? Hey, I need
cannabinoid.
A designer cannabinoid.
There's still got.
I got some. I won't talk about the companies that I know.
Yeah.
Or how far that has gone, but I would like to venture down and think about it, and where what information do you think you might have?
Yeah, shit. I know there are people out there selling designer cannabinoid profiles.
Yeah, so right there, DNA testing for proper cannabinoid profiles. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
There's companies around already doing 23andMe style DNA testing. To find out what strains work for you and what strains don't.
Yeah, so you actually have a cannabinoid receptor system.
Yeah.
And it's throughout your whole body. So now we diagnose it and we go, what do we feed it? And how can we feed it now? How does it affect our body? Data. And then we take that data and we, start to figure out based off our genetics. Mm-hmm. The question is, does it start with hemp, and do we start using that profile for everything else? And a lot of people are taking it that way. A lot of people want to go, hey, what are we doing for the rest of our body? Where are you at in your vitamin C levels lately, buddy?
Fuck, I don't know where I am.
Yeah?
My vitamin C might be low.
Oh, you don't? Okay, what about your phosphorus?
I don't know.
Oh, not phosphorus, so the sulfur?
My sulfur? Fuck, man.
Phosphorus will kill you, so you'd be dead in
that's true.
But your sulfur, your sulfur, where's that at?
Fuck, I don't know.
You don't know? What about your B vitamin? Your B vitamin doing, my friend?
I don't know.
You don't know your... Okay, yeah. See, neither do I, so don't look at me.
Nobody knows, yeah.
But that's the next step. That's the next step.
We got take Centrum on my Centrum Silver.
Yeah, you take the one a day all men's pill and you're good. You don't piss 60% of that away on a Tuesday and 30% of that away on a Friday. That never happens.
Yeah.
Look, it's and people want to get out accurate. That's kind of like the first step, right? You fuck, man. You just kind of you spray the house down, but then you really got to get the real edges, and you want to get in there and you want to see what's going on and how it all works. And next thing you know, you're just fine tuning your machine, and we're doing better for our house. We're doing better for our house now. No. Ed's gonna go do the coffee. So yeah, I could talk about it to myself. We got a multi-host here apparently because I'm supposed to be the guest, as people well know. So Ed's gonna get the coffee going. Don't know how long we're here for. I'm kind of held against my own will because they know that if they put a microphone in front of me and some headphones, then I would just ramble on for hours. So they've got me in kind of a catch-22. Really don't know how to handle that. It's like a carrot on a stick. Probably the best way I can kind of honestly put that into words. This music makes me want to sleep. And if you don't like it, please just say something. I've got like a bunch of playlists that are like this. I've got a bunch of playlists that are completely opposite of this. And I've just got a lot of ways of doing things, but it is not my goal to make somebody tired at 9 o'clock when they were like, hey man, I'm going to be having a fun time. I'm going to be, gaming. What is this BS I'm listening to? So let's see if they got something a little bit faster. And I'll try to kind of keep up on that for you. So, where we're seeing hemp and the cannabis industry flourish, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's about coming together. I think it's about, times where we can say, listen, we're going to, push forward. We're going to drive forward. We're going to come together and say, let's all support the industry. If you enjoyed it as a youth, if you heard of people that it just did really good things for them, you got to explore those ideas. You really, really do, right? You really have to think about the fact that those people, and I'm literally typing up other stuff too, which is weird, but you got to enjoy the fact that this industry is so beautiful. It helps people along when they need it. It helps mental illness in some cases. Some people, it just rubs them the wrong way and they don't want to, and that's okay too. Maybe cannabis isn't for you. It's not for a lot of people. It really, really isn't. For a lot of people that want to use it every day, for a lot of people that want to use it every year, to everybody that wants to use it once in their lifetime. But if you tried it at least once and you said, hey, this is better than so many other things out there, then I'm going to promote it. I'm going to help out. I'm going to help in some direction. It doesn't have to be monetarily. It doesn't have to be, back-breaking labor. It just has to say something nice about it. When next time somebody asks you, like, man, you see cannabis on the rise? You're like, yeah, it's kind of interesting to watch. Well, it's an interesting thing to see. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about it myself. You can stay right on the fence right there and just kind of go, I'm going to check it out for a while. I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see. You got it. I'm not gonna ramble that far, but I'm actually trying to grab so much stuff. The problem is my playlist isn't on here, and that's really not fair. If my playlist is on here, I could play my everythings. But Ezra doesn't have me set up that way. So we're not gonna get crazy with this too much. There's untethered radio, which is always great. There's an untethered radio on Spotify. We're gonna randomly click this. I'll show you kind of what I'm looking at here, but I might need Ezra. Yeah, see, I don't know how to do that, so we keep going. And yeah, so anyway, so say something nice about the industry. Back here with Ron. Hi, Ron. How's it going? Yeah.
You ready to smoke a little bit of marijuana?
Sure, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, sure.
Yes, sure. Is that a yes, sir, or a yes, sure?
I know, right? So Ron, I'm kind of just rambling on about, saying something nice about the industry. Being,
you mean lying?
doing something that's great for what we're doing out there, which is trying to be an advocate, but being an advocate in your own way. You don't have to march down the street, man. I was saying, if you're at a party and someone just says something about cannabis,
oh yeah, I will absolutely discuss cannabis with any person.
But you don't have to if you don't feel like it. You can just say, dude, I'm really interested on how it looks, man. I'm really curious how it's moving forward. It seems like it's helping a lot of people. And if somebody honestly has a problem with that, like, dude, just like Google it.
I will admit
and go,
that
yeah, look at that. It's everywhere.
The perception of cannabis is
it's a stock
to where we're not just straight no good for nothing stoners anymore.
Ain't that the truth?
Medicine, it's actually, finally being considered medicine, even though the DEA still hasn't fucking rescheduled it yet, which is stupid.
My chance to change the music a little
man,
bit.
it's
So
just,
you keep going.
one of these. There's been a lot of change, but at the same time, like if you want to talk about the industry as a whole, it hasn't been fun for anybody on the license side over the last fucking 2 years, man. Like, it's cool. Like, we're licensed and we're working hard towards, keeping a good product for people, but there's a lot of stuff that is preventing the industry from really taking off. And in all reality, we probably talked about it before, but over-regulation and over-taxation without representation. It's ridiculous. We don't know where the money's going. We're taxing 28% on 27% just for excise tax when it comes to wholesale, and an additional 8.75% on top of that for city sales tax. The actual companies themselves have a pass-through tax of 4.5% from the city. It's just crazy. And then the increased cost of it, it's amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of problems when it comes to, there's a lot of problems when it comes to the current industry and kind of like how regulation kind of comes through and the taxation. Do you think maybe that'll lighten up too as we kind of move forward? Do you think maybe people will come up with some better ideas on how to really work this in the system, and this is just kind of the rough part, or do you think it's going to get worse? Do you think it's going to start tearing off? Think we're going to get, hey, you made $1 today, I came to collect?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of collecting. I don't think one thing that the state obviously hasn't thought about yet is they're taxing an exorbitant amount to a fledgling industry. But the real problem is what happens when the feds. What happens when the feds actually decide to make it legal, and when the feds want to tax it too? We now are going to have double taxation from the state as well as the fucking federal government. Like, we can't go in and start at this isn't a fucking this isn't a bartering where we're trying to figure out like, hey, how much would you trade me something for? Can I get this? You don't start hella high on the taxes and try and work yourself down. There's no government in the world that's like, oh, you know what? We're gonna ease the taxes and actually have.
Well, there's one I know of.
Yeah. Who?
I think it's the elephant in the room. So it's a rough one. It's a rough one. That's all it is. And it's going to be a rough one. I think it's going to be a rough one for a lot of people. There's some of them that they have some qualities to what you're talking about.
Well, there's definitely movement out there, shifting the right way in some places, but
do you see Green Fox leader China? Look, China has ideas. And we got ideas, and we're a country of ideas, which is quite amazing. There's so many ideas that come out of America. That's become our #1 resource. And I'm noticing that in this time where automation is coming, and people are going to keep talking about it. No one's going to stop talking about automation. So don't think it's like, hey, it's gone and automation was a thing, and it's like, no, it's coming. Like, it's next step. It's already happening. It's already proven. We're a country of ideas.
China.
We're an absolute country.
We are. Of
great ideas, and that's what we get hired for.
Yeah. That's what happens when you actually allow the melting pot.
Come on, man, pipe to pipe. It's Corona time.
Yeah. I don't have Corona. Do you have Corona?
I'm now locked here for 14 days. I hope you guys know that.
Well, you can have your own.
I'm going to be like, honey, why are you sick? Because I decided to go to the city
and smoke with
and host a radio show that passes back paraphernalia and other things like that in between mouths.
Yeah, well,
joke's on you. I put on chapstick and I take care of my body to some disregard, and some regard. To some, I rent my body out to demons from time to time. That's all.
Did you see the article
and
earlier
the amount
today?
of time is very far and few between.
Talking about why California has had such a low death rate with Corona.
Yes, but I don't want to be one of them.
No, I know, but they're saying that the majority of California probably has already had Corona well ahead.
Dude,
of anybody else
and
in the
that's
country.
fine too. I might have already gotten it too. I was sick as a dog last month, but they also could have called that the cold because it was very.
Corona is the cold, bro. It's the same virus.
I didn't have the same symptoms.
Corona
I didn't have the same symptoms. I didn't know what type I had.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had I definitely didn't have strain A, man. I think that actually absolutely did not only just come from China, but it went faster than anybody. I mean, when you're 2 weeks behind on something,
they're saying
a fourth of the population already could have been carriers.
Yeah, without even knowing it.
Bro, we were so far behind to times, like we didn't even know, right? So, and this is we're jumping right back onto the theme here, which is I don't know. I mean, I'm not even the host of the show. I'm the guest once again, so I honestly don't know what this show is called. It's called the Apocanomics in the quarantine, in the Quaranstream.
In the Quaranstream.
Yeah, thank you, Ron, for correcting me on the show that I don't. Clearly.
Hey, I'm here to help, brother.
Yeah.
You know?
And now I've been the honorary host, and I should have got the name right.
We're all here to help, brother.
So,
Ooh, what's this?
So there's some untethered. So there's some untethered out there. For those folks that need untethered and need anything, ran out to you at this time of quarantine.
There's companies out there that will absolutely deliver directly to your door.
Local weed
Tetra
maps.
Healing Company, I hear, will get to you within an hour.
We got a bunch of them, man. We got a bunch of them. We got a bunch of them. We need to get some branding. Like we need to just put up somebody, for free. For free. Who do we got?
We got Untethered. We got Tetra Healing Company. We got a
mothership hat back there too.
Oh, we do have a mothership hat. Those are good friends of ours as well. If those are really good friends of ours.
Some retailers around the cities.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they're all working tonight, right?
Dude, well,
you guys are out there, right?
We're closed. Actually, we closed at, what time is it right now?
It's 9:04.
So we closed 4 minutes ago.
You closed 4 minutes ago, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, we have to have the last drivers actually get in before 10 p.m. by regulations. So the last driver has to be in no later than 10 p.m.
Wow, so you guys can't be on the road after 10 p.m. So you got to order your cannabis like now.
Yeah, if you don't order it before 9 o'clock.
Drivers on the road right now with product, and they are ready to go back. So you guys need to start ordering products out there and help out the industry. Put in that last order for the weekend, my friend, because you don't know what you're going to be doing. You don't know what's going to happen. But do you really want to call on the weekend when people have idle thumbs and wandering minds?
It's okay. You can call us tomorrow.
It's about to get real.
There might even be a special popping up tomorrow or the next day. So. Oh, look at that happy fucking dog, dude. This dog runs all the way out to the ocean and just fucking dives in.
And you've been here before.
That's dude, I've been waiting for the apocalypse my entire life, bro.
We all have, Yeah.
I've been prepping for the apocalypse my entire life.
Yeah, we've all...
Get that last minute pre-roll.
Yeah. All right, get this out to your people. Let's this is a great show to watch, to just chill to. This is the show to play video games to. Just have this on the corner. I swear to God, I will just yab and yab and yab. It's 9 o'clock. Like, I could probably go, man, I don't know how long. Wrong camera.
It's not there anymore.
I don't know how to work this. Ez does. If Ez sat back down and just taught me some stuff, then I would make this show like pretty good. It's not as terrible as it is. That's what I would do. That's where it would go. But I don't know what Ez's theme is. I don't know. See, Ez is the true host. I'm actually still a guest. I think I'm the guest host. That's what it is.
There we go.
I'm guest host. I'm the guest host. My name is Jay. I work in the industry in the professional side. I do a lot of the business stuff on the back end when it comes to just mainly like the insurance and risk advisement.
Dude, I swear to God, I thought you changed your last name.
Yeah.
Just for the insurance side of things.
Yeah,
I really did.
Funny.
I was like, dude, that's such a dope name, bro.
Yeah, it's like perfect. But
you either had to be in insurance or banking. There was only two choices.
But I think people should hear it. And if you think people should hear it, I mean, there's like, just post the link. Just tell people on Discord, just go, dude, you got to watch this, guys. It's different tonight. Why are you doing the same thing? If you're not watching the show, what else are you doing? Because I'm used to like putting on YouTube. I'm used to, oh, wow. Nice. Look at that. And you're learning amazing coffee. Get the camera on that one. Get the camera. I don't know how to do the camera and all that. That's his job. Here, Ez, why don't you take this? And take that first. That's all you. Like, I'm not going to deny that.
Which one's yours?
And then you're going to do this.
This one is?
Then I need... Yeah, there you go. He'll figure this out. We'll figure this dance out. And then can you do that and change some things? You could be my man behind the scene on the side. Just look like ghosting the controls. Can you just ghost the controls?
Holy shit! It is my neck.
So we should talk about the industry. If you think that that you yourself are, enjoying the show or want to do the show, you should definitely post about it. You should say, man, it's different. It's different tonight. This guy will talk for hours. We have some interesting people that kind of come here who are literally doing they're literally propping up the industry right now. As somebody who works on the back end a lot, it's good to hang out and see the guys that are delivering, see the guys that are moving everything around. I mean, he's been hustling since. How long you been hustling, Ron?
Shit.
How long you been on the phone?
Since I was born?
Since you were born? Since you're passing notes back and forth and trying to get, something moved to somebody, pre-drug era. Like, what was the first thing you hustled on? What was the first thing?
Pogs.
Pogs was a good hustle.
Yeah.
Man, Pogs was a good hustle.
Yeah, bro.
Pogs was a good hustle. Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
So this man hustled Pogs right here.
Yeah.
And then after he hustled Pogs, I mean, where's he go to?
You go baseball cards and magic cards and...
That's what's up, man.
And then fucking, not Yu-Gi-Oh, but the other ones, the Pokemon cards.
The Pokemon cards. Yeah. Man, you have some Pokemon cards. And then you grow up, and then at some point you go, man, I can make a lot of money moving weight.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, I was 13 when I first started
Let's not incriminate ourselves.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly,
on YouTube.
Yeah. Just at the same time,
it's kind of. I am good to run I guess I'm good to run this show for that case. Somebody said I'm the theme for this theme.
I'm pretty sure there's such things as statute of limitations.
Is there a delay where we can hit a beep or something?
Oh yeah.
No, there's got to be a statute of limitations on cannabis, dude.
Yeah.
There's only two things.
I'm a heavy cream and sugar guy, my friend.
I'll cut that out later.
Just FYI.
Huh?
I'm a heavy cream and sugar guy, my friend. I appreciate it.
Cream and sugar.
So
there's no cream.
So Ron, so you start the hustle. Now you're still hustling, and so at this point, where are you at in life as far as like moving forward, and what made you get into, what made you step forward and really kind of say, hey, I can do this on the streets, under a legal market. It's the same fucking thing.
It is the same thing.
It's the same damn thing.
We ended up being the second license delivery in Sacramento because once we saw that Prop 64 passed, we decided to try and get with the times quicker than unfortunately we should have probably.
Yeah.
Prop 215 stuck around a long time, and you were even operating in that gray market. You were technically operating in a quasi-legal fucking market.
It was a weird gray time.
Dude, it was the fucking Wild West,
like
man.
2 years. Everybody's getting their permit, and every time I was like, "Are you legal?" And they were like,
"It was."
I don't know.
It was from 2012 to 2018.
I don't know if I'm legal or not. Yeah. All I know is when I show up, I give them cannabis, and then I kind of track it as best as I can.
Yeah.
And so, man, there was so much stuff happening. It was, and that's why they called it gray, because it wasn't white collar, it wasn't gray, it wasn't black collar, it was gray collar, and you didn't know what was what. I mean, I was in rooms with people counting cash in stacks, just counting.
That's why they thought coming in with 28% was gonna fix the fucking national woes.
It was just weird, man. People still had armed guards, but they weren't guards.
No.
Ish, but
armed buddies.
Armed buddies, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's what it was, dude. It was armed buddies.
What did I put the dab in the?
It's honey in the dab container. Here's some almond milk.
This honey in the dab container?
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
No. Yeah.
Honey in the dab container.
Yeah, we're doing some shoots.
Why would you put honey in the dab container?
Because we wanted to look like sauce.
We wanted to see how close.
Oh, so after you're done doing it yourself.
Yeah, that's high quality honey though.
That is high quality for sure.
High quality.
I'm gonna take a bit.
Take a shot.
I'm sorry, I'm taking a bit of honey, but
that's it.
I got it.
You said a bit.
Well, I might do a little more based off taste and flavor, wrong, but honey goes a long way, sir.
No, it doesn't. You need more.
Honey's weak.
You should probably be checking your diet from time to time. No, so
that is a certain.
So now you're still hustling, but you got a license. How does that feel? How does that make you feel to have a hustle and a license, and still use your craft, and not have you looking over your shoulder over the cops? You're like, no, man, I'm making a legal dollar. Like this is like working for like just normal 9 to 5 job, bro.
It feels amazing to have gone from a criminal in a lot of people's eyes.
Watch me bring it full circle.
Yeah. to becoming fucking essential overnight.
Sure.
You know, all of a sudden, fucking, they looked at cannabis right there in the same context as a pharmacy, which was fucking amazing, dude, because it is providing people not just a service, but
let's get a YouTube change.
Yeah.
Can I get a YouTube change?
Does feel good.
And a napkin, please.
What do you need?
I'm just gonna bark him around. So with that being said, you ready to bring it full circle?
Nope.
Is that worth the taxes?
Nope.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Shazbot. Did you seriously just say that? Hold off on the honey. I might do a little more honey.
So during 215 times with a good business model, with a respectable business model, your profit margins were between 28 and 38% when it came to delivery. After taxing between 28 and 38% and increasing the cost of doing business, how do you think a profit margin went from 28 to 38%? What do you think that those average profit margins are now for a delivery service?
Now, folks, here comes the fun time where I barely even heard what he said, but I have to be good at my job. Ron, I'm going to guess 45 to 60%.
Fuck you definitely weren't listening. Sorry, brother. You just weren't. I was saying it used to be 28 to 38% on a profit margin during 215. With the way
I wasn't listening. I was talking about taxes.
Yeah. Okay. Now
I was talking about the high amount of taxes that I have seen, and what we're talking about is how much. Sorry, the profit margin. Sorry, but you're right. I wasn't listening. I was.
What I mentioned was
it's a damn fine cup of Joe, and I was heavily distracted by the sheer taste of it, and that was the first thing that threw me off. And I'm telling you, man, these guys know their coffee.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? Who knows their cannabis so well that they're really good at coffee? You do the math. We're going to hope somebody puts together strings.
People are going to get big heads around here, man. You can't tell them that.
So anyway.
So, we're talking about a 28 to 38% tax amount of tax total once you get to the end result, right? And an increase of doing business just from the regulations alone, the cost of getting licensed, the cost of maintaining a property, the cost of maintaining insurance, the cost of maintaining every little part of the industry that you have to do to keep within regulations. So profit margins were 28 to 38%, and you're looking at razor thin profit margins now. Like you're lucky to be eking out a 3% profit margin. Because 28% of it is tax.
It's 28% of his tax. 28% is lucky, actually, the way I see it.
Why?
I've heard from 40 to 60% in taxation.
I mean, if you want to consider all the fines, all the levies, if you want to include every part of the.
What was your net versus the dollar you took in? That's called net versus gross, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, the thing is, most cannabis companies in this state right now,
how'd you do that?
Are not probably operating at a profit, like most. And I wish I was being. I wish I felt like I was lying on that, but the majority, and if you don't believe me, just look how many have failed in the last fucking year. Since legalization happened, some major companies are failing.
They are, and they're trying to put everything they can into their. They got coffins.
Yeah.
What they call coffins. Yeah, they got coffins.
Coffers.
Coffee's kicking in, Ron. Give me a minute. It's not that fast. Yeah. It's not instant coffee. Pun horribly intended.
Cool. Man, dropping truth bombs, right?
Yeah,
no, it really is, man. The industry is not set up. If you've been in the industry the whole time and you take a step back to look at it as a whole, you will see that the industry is set up specifically to make these small companies fail. They don't want the cannabis industry to succeed in California. If they did, things would be fucking different. Yeah. Things would have been a whole lot easier on regulations. Things would have been set up to allow an easier transition into the market while also allowing an easier transition into the fucking increase in taxes and the increase in fucking cost of business. But instead, they said, you guys have 5 years before we let fucking big pharma in here, and we're going to make it really fucking hard on you in the next 5 years. I mean, big companies are coming in and buying these major cannabis companies for pennies on the fucking dollar. Look at the stocks right now.
That's exactly how it's going to work.
That's exactly, because once they let big pharma in, they're going to try and fucking just buy up everybody, and
so you don't sell out.
Yeah, fuck, don't sell out.
So you don't sell out.
Yeah, but it's really hard for a lot of people when they put everything
when do you
into
sell
this. I mean, you don't.
What age do you sell out?
Who says you have to?
When do you sell out?
They took our jobs.
Exactly.
They took our damn job. I tell you what.
I'll tell you what, man. I will tell you what. Is that if you are not able to hire correctly, if you're not able to get the right people in, by the way, I love this video. If you know this video, it's one of my favorite videos, and is like an all-time one of the biggest videos on Adult Swim's channel. Yeah, and it's Dan Deacon. I'm just going off the top of the noggin here. It's Dan Deacon. When I Was Dying.
Oh,
That's that music video right there,
Yeah.
and that
Looks like
fucking
an acid
song
trip.
is amazing. That song is amazing. Oh, dude, it's a complete acid song.
yeah.
I'll play it next here, and I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Tell you what. But yeah, so it's about the people that you hire. It's the people that you hire in the cannabis industry. Those people you are cultivating. Those are your true seeds in this industry. It's not what you plant in the ground, people. It's Soylent Green in the end.
You could say that.
What I'm trying to
you
say.
could say that, but these companies, some of these major companies that have failed, have hired.
That's fine.
Multi-million-dollar CEOs.
But if you're going to hold out for that long, which you should, okay. So let's back up.
Yeah.
If you were a company that could hold out for a long time, like some of these other companies that hey man, we got a lot of money, so we're willing to hold out for like 10 years, right?
Lighter?
I don't have a lighter.
That's not a lighter?
There's a lighter right there. There's a green one right there, literally in front of me.
Literally in front of me.
So if you're willing to hold out that long, if you got a huge stash of money, that's one way. But if you hire the right people, you're gonna get. We know who that is. We know that you guys are going to get quality people that you can cultivate, and that you can get quality customers.
Why would we drink? I don't know.
I don't know.
Everyone else isn't. Oh,
you know what?
Going broke. Fuck.
You know, Pariah Hound.
How are you doing, Pariah?
You know, Pariah Hound. I'll tell you this: we're here talking in pretty deep rabbit holes, and so sometimes you got to wait to the next subject. And I'm sorry you haven't caught it, you know, but where we're at, we'll bring it back for you just real quick so we can kind of bring people up in the session. So we got Ron here, who runs a cannabis delivery crew here, and they just run product here around the city. And this is I'm actually a guest host.
Welcome, brother.
Because the host isn't here, so I'm the guest host, and don't pay attention to me. But my name is JJ. And I do cannabis insurance in the industry. I've been doing it for about 4 years straight. And yeah, I like to have a lot of fun. I just ramble, man. I just ramble.
No.
So
who's arrogant, buddy?
no, he's fine. Let him do his thing. You know, I want people to say some stuff. This is about feedback, and I want him to say that we're arrogant, and he's out. So it's cool, man. It's all good.
For sure.
Peace, love, brother. Like, we'll see you when you see you. Maybe you come back, maybe you don't. It's all good. People walk in through the door and walk out. Whoever stays can stay. Whoever wants to leave can leave. I'm not going to be like, yo, man, let's change things up. So what I'm saying is to you, you know, what you're seeing it. Like you're ground floor. It's like we're talking to people during the coronavirus right now. You're going outside the front door. You're walking around when the rest of the world is literally changed, locked down.
Yeah.
You know, they all move around. You know, so as those people move around,
Yeah.
you know, what are you seeing out there? Are you seeing a lot of craziness? A lot
man,
of
that's the
things
thing
different? Or is it
is,
just
you
quiet?
know, the first week of lockdown was a fucking trip.
Yeah.
The first week, everybody was listening. The streets were empty. There was no fucking cars, barely even on the freeway. It was a really weird fucking time. Something I've never experienced before. But there you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, over the last couple of weeks, things are almost going back to normal. Some people like to come out with a mask on, and you know, I wear gloves to every single delivery that I do because I want to make sure not only am I keeping myself safe, but I'm keeping them safe too. It's just one of those things where small things like that have changed. I wonder how long it's going to be that way for. I mean, we're hearing the government say that this could easily last at least through May 1st, maybe even longer. I mean, I don't know if you've heard any of the CDC estimates, but they're saying that the worst of this shit is they don't even expect it to peak for another 3 weeks, and that's peak. So, you know, that's just a fucking scary thought, man. Like, this could easily last, if at those numbers, what if this lasts into easily June or July? The economy, the world economy, I don't know, is prepared to fucking go without work that long. We can't just keep fucking, unless
it's gonna be crazy.
It is.
You know, I think we got to see the repercussions here of what's going to happen. Yeah. You know, looking at the financial district is what I work in, and I see a lot of this echoing out for quite some time. And, it's not pretty because, you know, I'm getting. It's about good ideas that come forth right now to fix what's the destabilization, right? Yeah. So do you see a lot of hope and good ideas coming forward? Do you see any good ideas that you think that are working? Like, we obviously see the masks from South Korea, from China, and from other parts in the country.
Dude, I'll be 100% honestly. I think
kind of stuff like really just teeter things out quick, and now we're all wearing masks, right?
From a standpoint that viruses are a absolute necessity when it comes to life, are many of the things that make us who we are today and have changed our DNA to allow us to be humans that we are now have occurred because of viruses happening over time. There was an article just yesterday that said memory itself might have been a byproduct of a virus that once affected us, and it's
so you're welcoming it.
Well, this is the thing: is viruses.
This man wants everybody to get corona tomorrow.
No, I just want everybody to realize that over time, that's how nature has worked. Viruses come in, they change a species.
So you think we're too hubris to think that we can do something about it?
I think if we continue just hiding in our fucking houses and not letting people actually get sick and build up immunity, in 2 or 3 years, the coronavirus is going to be a whole lot fucking worse than it is, bro.
I was about to change the song as. What? So that song that music video that we just saw.
No gloves at home with the turkey.
So the music video, so the music video that we just saw was this song here. So when I was done dying right there by Dan Deacon off a thing called Class Ranger. Why don't you go and click that and let's start that song. Hey. We'll change it back when we get there. So as here, changing some things up here. Oh, you can change it that way. Look, he's teaching me. He's teaching me constantly. You can change this. You can change that. Look at that, man. Have you heard this song?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one. Ron's on the phone. He's got business. Ron, you're on a podcast right now, and he's taking a phone call.
Man, what the hell?
It's called a three-way call.
Yeah. This is
somebody doesn't know what's happening.
An odd way call.
It's an odd way call. I like it. Some sycophants out there want to take that the wrong direction. I'll let you. So I think it's important once again.
Hey, brother.
We're at the
hey, how far are you from
with podcast here
from the next
which
one?
I'm guest hosting apparently now. Like I said, held against my own will. I could talk for hours, and they put a microphone in front of me.
You're 10 minutes
and
away?
Literally walked out the room.
All right, I'm gonna let her know.
I'm
right
just
now.
kind of stuck.
Thank you.
You know, when you've been in quarantine like me for a couple weeks, and you've been talking to nothing but kids, and advising on risk in the industry, and advising on, you know, where the people should place their coverages and insurabilities, and making deals happen, and being part of these rooms where big business is just nothing but cannabis. You know, it's great to get out and just talk and just vent. And I do this from time to time, actually, believe it or not. So I don't know when I'll guest host again, but I am a rambler. If you get me on the right product, you get a little bit of sugar in me, I'll ramble on. Like, I'll keep going.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if I want to be the host every time, but because it depends on how many, these things that you guys do, and it's not really up to me. I'm the guest host.
Yeah, no, we do.
So I really appreciate it. If anything,
like to change
humble.
it, man. It's a fluid. Yeah. You know, it's a fluid
and I'm
dynamic.
just trying to be entertaining, and I'm just trying to, as long as there's one person,
the best part
I'll speak for you. I just wish that there was some interaction, because give me a next topic. Like, you want to talk about like the DNA of dogs? Like, I'll just go ham. Like, I just keep going. Like, here's what I kind of know. String together. My memory's not that great. So please, I hope you're fact checking out there. Like I like to say, most of what I say, like 50% of it, it's gonna just kind of tear on some maybes, and then the rest of it is just gold, hopefully, because I know, you know, a lot of what I've experienced in the last couple of weeks, and that's all I really talk about. I don't talk about things I really kind of don't remember anymore. Sometimes I do, but I don't do that most of the time. And that's that, you know, that 50-50, you know, fact check, man. I love to be corrected. I think if we correct more people and we stop getting offended over that, you'd be like, no, it's all good, man. I Googled it. You're wrong. Now you know something. Let's move on with the day, shall we? Like, let's keep, like, I Googled it. Like, you're not gonna, I got 7 facts here that show all that is true, you know, and let's move on, you know? And it's okay with sources. And let me tell you about sources, okay? Sources change, opinions change, and by the time you are done just going ham on your source, that fact's already changed. There are 10,000, if not more, new facts every day. And that's exponentially growing. You simply cannot keep up. And of the current facts, those facts have already evolved. Nah, no worries.
Fact checks.
So just gather as much as you can what you're going to be good at. Looking at those sources, which is why those sources are actually a good tool, is you're good at pattern recognition, my fellow humans out there. You're very good at pattern recognition. So the source is you, okay? Everything is data, and you need to gather that data. Whether you put it in a machine, it comes back out to you. Whether you're looking at 7 sources and have to read that crap yourself, because a lot of it is crap. But you got to wean through the crap to get the 10% gold that nobody else is looking at, because nobody wanted to go that far into that crap. And it's simple as that. Okay? I think I had the mouse taken away. It's just me. We'll get another one in here pretty shortly. Thank you to Untethered. Like I was saying, I was very humble to guest host this one. I really appreciate just the honor to set this up and say, hey, do you want to come chat for a bit on a podcast? And then the sheer need to just abandon me was a complete lack of trust and faith on them, on their part, and who they are as just human beings. And at this point, you know, I'm just kind of like just kind of like bitter and angry. But then they made me coffee, and it brought me right back up again and gave me some weed. So I think I think it's to play a game of sensitivity. Don't be so sensitive. You should be sensitive to some level, but let's try to know that we are so much deeper. You know, we are human beings that honor each other, that, you know, understand each other, and we need everybody right now during this time. We need to come together and say, listen, are you connecting? Are you you know, using the internet? Are you using digital media? Are you sending videos? Are you, you know, you can't see your neighbor anymore and just shake their hand. They'll probably not even open the door and just probably start yelling at you through the door.
True.
To please step 4 feet back from the 2 feet they are back on their door, but they're still trying to see through the keyhole. You know, so that whole jam, right? So let's use the internet. Share this. Share whatever you're watching. If you're watching something out there right now, or you're playing something out there right now, send a link. Whatever it may be. This is easy. We've got links here. We've got ways to contact here, and if you've got people that you know that maybe you haven't played in a while, or maybe you haven't video gamed in a while, give them the chance, man. Like, give them the chance. Post something. Say, hey man, I'm over on GTA. I'd love if you join. I don't know for how long that is. We don't have a mandate on what time we're doing this show. I could stop now. I could stop in an hour. It doesn't matter. But the point is like, hey, let's all have a good time. You know, let's all just enjoy each other's company. If you really need to hop on a game with somebody for 20-30 minutes, and maybe you haven't gamed with them in 2 years, maybe you should hop on a game with them for 20-30 minutes. Just like, damn man, that was fun. I gotta go. And if they're going to be a jerk about it, then don't game with them again. That's the great anonymity of hopping on video games in and out.
True.
And just send them a link from once in a while. Come on, man. I mean,
Come on, man.
You had to go to somebody's house, knock on the door. This would be like, because they're like, can I come in for a cup of coffee if that's okay? Jumanji 2, by the way. And a friend you wouldn't see for 5 years, you try to make this uncomfortable thing. Now you send a link. They're like, hey man, come check me on a podcast, or hey man, you know, let's game tonight and let's chat, and let's, you know, let's bond over a game, let's bond over a show. You know, Netflix is trying to come out with that
What?
Netflix trying to come out with that theater style.
Oh,
you can do it right now. I think I don't know if people out there can comment to that, but as interesting, like Netflix, they have like a movie theater style you can come out with here soon, where you and your friends can log into Netflix and literally just can watch a movie together and chat, and it's like talking to your friends during a movie, but you shouldn't be talking, so it's really weird. And I'm like, how the fuck is that supposed to work?
We've been doing that in Discord, having movie nights and shit.
Yeah, so you have Discord and you have movie nights, and everyone's just trying to game, and you're trying not to chat that much, and you don't talk, but you're still with your friends, and you're like, hey, we just both experienced. We both just experienced that thing at that movie.
Time.
Like Mystery Science Theater reboot right now. I was trying to watch that, and I was like, man, that'd be so fun if I just had somebody to just like sit here and like run that in the background.
Was that good or what?
Do you want to do that?
What, Mystery Science Theater?
Dude, it's so amazing. Like the jokes they have.
It's pretty funny.
Is like okay, but then to watch the old movies, that's something my mom does.
Okay.
She watches just like old B movies, and I'm like, why does she watch old B movies? And you know why? Because she's bored of she's seen all the rhythms and all the stuff of the current stuff. She's like, man, I'm gonna go watch some B movies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go change that stuff up.
Change it up a bit. Yeah.
How do you like the music?
It's alright.
Dan Deacon's okay. He's hit and miss.
Dan Deacon?
Yeah. It's still Dan Deacon. This is that album from that song.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely interesting. We're gonna get back to Untethered Radio here after this song, and get back off the Dan Deacon.
Shit, either way, I'm down.
And we'll get back onto Untethered Radio here. Untethered Radio is on Spotify. You guys have your own playlist on Spotify for the Untethered Radio here at the Untethered Studios.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, we got a link in the panels for the playlist.
Yeah. So where do people go for all this stuff? They go. I mean all the stuff that happens, is there a way to... I can't even see what's happening. Friend says, the screen is plastered in front of your faces. I can see you, but when dude leans forward, his face gets cut off.
Yep, true.
So what does that mean? Your face?
It was probably something that happened a while ago. There's pretty big...
That's a friend of mine.
Pretty big leg.
Who's apparently watching. I think he's waiting for me on StarCraft right now.
Oh, StarCraft.
Yeah. There's definitely people watching though. I'm getting some texts on a few friends, a few people posting in and saying hi.
Nice.
Thanks for the guest host. I was just saying, I really appreciate it. I appreciate Untethered having me down here. It's a secret stash for the COVID times and the Corona times. Not that many people are invited down, and I'm super appreciative to come on through. I know I'm risking my health and safety. But so are these guys, and we need to be careful with our frontline workers. We need to be careful on our practices. I got my mask, I got my gloves, I got, a healthy immune system. And it's kind of weird because we were talking about those people that might have already had it. Me and all my friends, like my county was one of the first counties to get it in California.
What?
Yeah, and it was in our hospitals. Like they were locking down streets. That's when it started. They were locking down houses and streets when you had it. And then they'd be like, you just can't go down the street. And why do you down the street? Oh, because you live here? Okay, well, you're allowed to go down the street.
That's not good.
But it was like, nobody really knew how far out it traveled. I was talking with a lady. She had it. And there she is. Like, I'm buying food from her. And she's like, yeah, I had COVID. And I'm like...
Got the COVID?
I'm like, you got the COVID? And she's like, yeah, I go into the yeah, I know, buddy. I'm sorry. I'll move this way and see if he can. I'm trying to get here for the mic because it's that microphone. But so this lady had COVID, and I'm talking to her. I'm buying her food from her, and she goes, and I go, how'd you? And she's like, oh, well, that guy that got confirmed COVID that was in the hospital, I had to go in for a checkup. And I go in for a checkup, and the doctor's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And I found out that I was in checkup when he was admitted in the hospital. And she's like, "I was right next door to that guy." And I go, "No way!" And she's like, "Yeah." And then I had to go back because she's dealing with a thing. Mm-hmm. And they were like, "Yeah, it's kind of interesting." She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of sick too." And they just happened to test her for COVID, and they're like, "Yeah, you got COVID." And she's like, "Well, the reason I got COVID is because I was in the dang hospital next door to that guy, and he was coughing and wheezing all over the place." So you guys had COVID all up in these hospitals.
Yeah.
And you got me sick. And now I'm like...
That's not good.
Yeah, but But then you came right to work and you didn't even know that. So she got the COVID, kept going to work, but she didn't see it.
And got over.
And then she went back and go, oh, now I've got COVID.
Yeah.
She's like,
she's
I've been places
on the COVID.
And so then I got sick. Yeah. Like, I was already a little bit sick before that. So maybe I got COVID already. Yeah. And then I was sick after. Right after that, too. And again, man, it was like, but I had cold, like flu-like symptoms. Yeah. I kind of had a little bit of the cold, had a little bit of the flu. It didn't go to anybody else in my family. I just kind of isolated myself. I had a friend of mine, too, who said that his wife actually confirmed got it. They just isolated her in a bedroom. And she was fine. I mean, it sucked. You know, it does suck. And I hope that just the sheer amount of people that really just go through a horrible, horrible time. And God knows whatever strain you have or whatever, you know, thing you have. I'm not trying to put that down in any way. I'm just saying I don't know what I got. I didn't get tested. You know, my cousin actually, you know, he was like, dude, they got testing places, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm fine. I don't really have the symptoms, and I was more almost doubtful. But then you start doing the math, and you're like, shit, dude, we're 14 days behind this thing, and that's like when you catch it, like when you're confirmed. But then before that, when it's just on in your body, like. We could all have had it a long time ago. We could have been this, or I could have it tomorrow because I decided to come down here and guest host. And I don't know how well your practices are.
Apocalypse Ron is saying
you guys have amazing practices. Like, you guys don't allow anything into this door. Like, it's a weird quarantine style. They don't allow interaction, and they're constantly, you know, being cautious.
We got a group quarantine going on.
Yeah, a little group quarantine going on. So I appreciate it. Once again, I'm really humble. I've been up in the hills isolated for dang near a month now, actually.
Damn, that's a long time, man.
Yeah, about a month. I did some errands today, made no contact with no people. Just had to kind of do some me versus some no food or anything like that. And the scary contact actually is ordering food, getting groceries. Those people visit a lot of places, but having no door-to-door contact is super key. So a lot of people they did just drop off groceries, and you get a message and go, hey, your Instacart was ordered. And people are just saying that kind of stuff. Does anybody out there watch Dragon's Den? This guy,
Dragon's Den, huh?
It's the Dragon's Den, right? Do you know what Dragon's Den is?
No.
Okay, so Dragon's Den is the British version of Shark Tank.
Oh,
yeah, it's actually Canadian. It's actually a Canadian version. It was actually a British version to Canada version, and that's kind of where Shark Tank came from. There's an Australia version, and there's a few others that are popping up. But there was this YouTube, and this guy was like, he wanted to put boxes outside of houses to store groceries that are lock boxes that have have an automation like your phone.
Yeah.
So like when it opens, the camera would pop on, it would record, and then that person would close it, and you could literally they would push a button. And then if your groceries are there, you can open it, you know, be like, oh, somebody's here. Oh, okay, it's my bin, you know, for my groceries. And it would open up the grocery bin. They'd put the groceries in, and then you go, thank you, and then they'd close it, and it would have refrigeration.
Oh, damn.
So that it would keep things nice and cool. And depending on what you had, they could put it in 2 sections. So it was like, hey, here's your frozen stuff, here's your stuff. And they laughed them out of the Dragon's Den. And they're like, that's the dumbest freaking idea. And I think one dragon, which was a shark in a Canadian version of Shark Tank, that's pre-Shark Tank.
Canadian version.
One guy was like, yo, how much do you want? He was like, yo, man, what's the price on that? And started to be like, he was serious. But these guys were kind of they had a different operating style, but really the truth is that they had partners that didn't want to show their face, so they were like, well, we got people we got to talk to about that. And they're like,
true.
Yo, man, you come here to cut a deal or jerk us around and get on TV?
Nah.
You know, so there's a lot of that, but when it comes down to it, you know, there's these bins now you can get for when people just drop off your groceries, because it's going to be about non-human interaction at the front door, right?
True.
I mean, now that we have this data of people not physically like, hi, how's it going? I'm so-and-so behind this door that just ordered this food.
Yeah.
And unless you really, it is a good song, by the way, a good Dan Deacon song. But unless you really want to knock the door and go, yo, man, something doesn't look right, let me knock on that door. It's going to be like, oh, someone's knocking on my door. that's strange. No, it's gonna be somebody who's knocking on my door, and they're gonna talk to them or do what they do. But the rest of the interactions. The rest of the interactions are, how do I drop this outside out of the house? You know, and have no human interaction. Put it in the porthole, right? Put it in the porthole.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the porthole. Thanks. Right? Just a little porthole in the door. It just catches shit. You know? You know, on that door. Just put some tech in that door, my friend. Run some wires in through that, through the hinge. You know, just like a car door, right? You just run some wires in there and you put a little automated camera and porthole.
Yeah.
And then you just go,
yeah.
Right? And you just authorize it on your phone. You go, oh, shit, my so-and-so's here. Let me just do that, right? I got some friends out there watching. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm guest hosting. And once again, held against my will. So I'm sorry I couldn't game with you tonight. If I had a screen in front of me where I can, hop on some StarCraft.
Should we live stream some StarCraft?
I'd love to play right now. Like, I'm actually pretty savage. You want to live stream some StarCraft? I was going to hop on and do some co-op. My buddy Robbie likes to play, and I know he's watching. So if he wants to hop on and play with me, we'll show you how we kind of dominate.
Damn.
We play on Brutal, and we're trying to test out the Brutal Pluses that just came out. If you're on Discord out there, I don't know if anyone's Discording out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, get it out there, get on the Twitches. But if you're playing StarCraft, you're gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So they came out with Brutal Plus, brand new. So you can play really hard in StarCraft, and then you can play, where they add the mutations.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Now they add 2 mutations for Brutal Plus, and then they'll add 3 mutations for Brutal Plus Plus, and then they'll add 4 mutations for Brutal Plus Plus Plus, and it goes up to I think like 5 pluses or so.
Damn.
And it's like tons of mutations, super super hard, but your characters have to be OP in order to withstand it.
What do you mean OP?
Like overpowered. So you got to have really high numbers. So it's for the people that are like StarCraft fans. They're like, yo, we just made the game extremely hard to beat this game. And that's amazing what they did, because if you can do that, then you can have really just like guys that are just like, I'm bored, I'm a level like billion and I'm just like tired now. And it's like, survive this, because I've played it and dang, dude, it's like just your actions per minute need to be so high. I think your actions per minute just need to be really high.
Your APM just needs to be
just off the chain, and somehow do like make smarter decisions. It's not just about an army, people. It's not just about whatever game you're playing, whatever game you're playing tonight. And I hope you're gaming good out there. It's not about always pure strength. There's strength involved, don't get me wrong. It's about good decision making, and that's what games teach us. Good decision making, people. Make good decisions in your games. It's about thinking smarter. You have the tools. People have done things with video games that I've never seen before. Okay, and it's just another tool to be smarter out there and make good decisions. And if you look at it and you go, listen, I got a StarCraft army, I got an army on my whatever game I'm playing. If you're playing an army game right now where you can create your troops, you can create your base and everything out there. Make good decisions. What's the next step? But what's the step above that step? And then do you have amazing counter steps after? And will your units be able to handle those counter steps that you want to deploy out there? Be a commander, and that's what I loved always about StarCraft, is making good decisions and being a smart commander. And now with the new upgrades that you can get out there, I mean, you got to learn how to make smart decisions. They just made it harder. I mean, dude, have you played? Let's see. I mean, Resident Evil. You ever played any of the Resident Evils?
Oh yeah.
How hard was that?
Those are hard as fuck back in the day.
Hard as fuck.
Have you seen all the remakes? They got Resident Evil 2, 3. They come out. Yeah, those are hard.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Have you played? Let's see. What's another hard game out there? I'm curious. Curious if anybody posts out there in the stream. What are you doing here? You got more stuff?
Yeah, bring up some. I was gonna bring some StarCraft footage.
Yeah, for sure. Do you got StarCraft on this computer?
No.
No, you don't got the BattleNet?
No.
Can you stream StarCraft? I wish I had my laptop. I'd be able to stream it.
Yeah, you could stream.
Do you have a computer in here with StarCraft?
No.
Okay. Well then, no, none of that. For once again, I didn't. Oh yeah, my friend told me Fallout. You want a hard game? Go play Fallout.
What?
Yeah, hard game. That's
which one? Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. A lot of the Fallouts were hard. Like I didn't dabble around too much, but I did get pretty far. And if you don't know the game and it's your first time, that's a hard one. But there are definitely hard games out there that challenge you because they want you to go far. You know, what are you trying to look up?
StarCraft. Yeah.
There's a great
StarCraft
2. There's a great here. I'll tell you which one to go to because there's actually a great feed. You said Loco TV is one of the best ones. So just go Loco. We like Loco TV. That's always a good one.
Loco Cycle.
Look, we're watching the dude.
Oh yeah.
Stream his shit. It's on streaming action.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. StarCraft is amazing.
Yeah.
Do you like StarCraft?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah?
I've been playing newer games, but yeah.
Yeah, what are you playing lately?
Bannerlord, which is a new Mountain Blade Warbands game. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Been playing some Raft and some Subnautica, some survival games and shit.
Wow. Raft is pretty. That's an old school one.
Yeah.
It's a little old school.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing some
The game
Modern
came
Warfare.
out 2 years ago. It's hella old school now.
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
true. Raft? Yeah, true.
Unless it can echo, like some of the other ones. But do you think Minecraft's dead?
What? No. Fucking PewDiePie's got 100 million subscribers still doing Minecraft videos every.
How do you make money doing that stuff? You just advertise?
Oh, that's just YouTubing.
And when does YouTube just say we're not paying you anymore?
They don't start paying you until you give them shit tons of advertising.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta add advertisements.
Yep. And only people doing kid-friendly stuff get advertisements, like Minecraft and shit.
So then how would you make money when you're not a conformist?
You don't make money. You don't end up on feeds. You don't get recommended. You don't get ad revenue. You don't make money. It's done to. It's the great falling of YouTube. It happened like last year.
And that's the end of it, huh?
Well, we'll see if someone else takes their place. But yeah, it's kind of the end of that.
Wow. Maybe it should be. What do you think about the personal advertisements? What do you think about the Rush Limos of the world? They'd be like, anyway, I'd like to take it to ResRE. It's the number one recommended
emojis.
Blah blah blah. Capsule you can take that helps out your arthritis.
Fucking Apocalypse Around. Look at all the gifts that are in there too.
Yeah.
D-Live's got mad gifts like
So it comes
memes.
from the root. It comes from the root. People give into the root.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think that's how it all should work. Give it to the core, give it to the bottom. Ez, I remember you talking about making sure that people with the genetics of their cannabis, during this industry and during the apocalypse, now is the time for change and understanding who needs it the most. People are suffering, people are hurting out there. A lot of people can't afford a lot of stuff, and they're realizing that, maybe where you live, the stimulus isn't enough. Maybe where you live, it's just not going to do it for you. And if that's the case, where the stimulus isn't going to help you out and isn't going to, maybe it might pay your rent for one month. But what about next month? You working now? 10 million people that are out of work. Hey, where's your paycheck coming in 2 weeks?
I thought today they added another 6.6 million.
They're trying to add 2.5. They're trying to, but that's fake money, man. They print that shit right out all day, right? Where you at? And what are you doing? You got to make moves to find out ways to get money from the government. And that's a telltale sign. That's a telltale sign of some pretty crazy stuff. You don't pass that kind of stimulus that fast, and it's it's kind of scary to go. Now they're gonna want more. The longer the problem goes, until we have to shift, right? Until we have to shift our economy and shift the way we do things. Everybody just got everybody. I love it. No, definitely not. I want to build perspective, and I might have my opinion in the end. And I want to know if people really truly think that, people are going to go back to their cubicles in a year from now as they took home their laptops and have this amount of data of what they can do at home. And maybe they might, maybe they got a 2.0 version. Maybe they got a better way of doing it. Maybe it's sometimes you're home, sometimes you're not. I can tell you from somebody who personally has been doing it, if I do it any longer, like if I'm at home for another month, my kids are going to eat me alive. I'll tell you that much. That I will not make it out. There will be people will look like they're coming out of a personal apocalypse in their home, and then they just crawled out of their front door, and there's just like tears and blood and just chaos, and the house is a mess, and you're like, I've been in here for 2 months. And I've had some young kids, and it is not fun. They just destroyed me. So maybe people need to get outside, but what do you do? Where do you go? So I saw a lot of people, I heard a lot of people, and definitely saw it in the markets. People are not, maybe they're going on vacation or maybe they're heading up to the hills, but they're just trying to get away and just trying to get some relaxation. And now is the time to think. Now is the time to take the time that you have to come up with great ideas to move us forward as a whole. And you should be sharing. You should be going out there. I don't know how to the music. It's definitely interesting. It feels like a game of Pong and whatever. This guy's kicking this guy's butt on. Oh, he's got him. Oh, I don't want to take over your. I don't want to take over your show, Loco, but I do enjoy it. I'm gonna bring it up on this because I'm actually missing it right now. I really want to get in there. I hope this is his game. I hope he's going good. He's got. Looks like he's trying to build out some Zerg here. And look, yeah, Zerg versus Zerg. Dang, dude, they're so fast. This is ridiculous how fast they are. Anyway, let me get back to this. But yeah, so that's an interesting match. It's hard to see who's winning just quite yet. There's a lot of APNs, but it's usually anybody's show because it's who goes faster, and it's always a fun one. I don't know how much more I can last. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who's doing what. All I know is there's people watching. I don't know how many people are watching. I'm very tired. I've been trying to guest host as best as I can. I'm definitely a talkative person. I'm definitely somebody who's concerned about the industry and concerned about where things are headed. And I know that the longer that I'm on here, I'm incriminating myself and others around me. And no, I'm just joking. I'm just completely joking. I like to be a showman though. I've always been a somewhat of it, but then at the same time, working my business and trying to be serious about it and trying to focus on what works. And I think you need to have a little bit of both, honestly. I think if you're going to be in this industry, you gotta just be you, man. Just be you. Just be you. Like Green Fox Leader. You got more gifts than a gift could keep on giving. And that's because you're just being you, and just let your colors shine. Everybody will get in where they fit in. It's not an industry where you think you have to be a certain way, act a certain way. You just gotta be you, man. You just gotta be you, and there's a spot for you, trust me. And you might not recognize that spot, honestly. You might think that that's something where you think that you don't want to be. Why don't you go explore it? Why don't you go see what that looks like? You might be wearing a bunch of different hats and you still don't even know who you want to be, because that's usually what people end up in this industry. I've seen people change jobs so fast. I've seen people be one thing to another thing to another thing, and then eventually go, man, I really fit here. I really fit in this industry. And you could just be, a guy who's just driving around doing retail, trying to close up. You only got 5 minutes left on the road in some cities, from what Ron was saying. And you're just kind of hanging out, man. And you're just like, hey, I'm trying to be the best I can. I'm trying to do what I can. And I'm just trying to hang in there. But that is your craft. You have no idea what you're building for the next step that you're going to do. You're going to be somebody different in the industry, but you gotta keep on doing what you're doing. And you gotta keep going strong. If you know somebody in the industry, if you know anybody in the industry, the cannabis and hemp industry right now, have them hop on. We'll talk about what's happening. This is what this show is focused on. This show is focused on saying, hey, this is what we're noticing. This is what we're seeing ground floor. This is what I'm seeing in the industry when it comes to risk. I own an insurance company that does all cannabis. I've been doing it straight for 4 years. I've been writing more coverages for cannabis than I could ever possibly count at this point. I don't know. It's a lot. And I hope that, my book and my clientele and the solutions that I provide for people in the industry only grow bigger with my risk advisement that I see. Hashtag solutions. And that I see, and that we can do something. It's amazing to know that people are out there and talking about these things. So I'm not gonna say yeet. I promised my daughter that I wouldn't say it anymore. I'm too old. I'm out of the yeet circle, man. 35. Get out of the yeet circle, old man. You don't belong.
35 too old to say yeet?
No, because we don't know what yeet is gonna. It's not gonna get there.
Yeet.
Hashtag dry cough. My throat's getting parched.
Need more coffee. Need more coffee and water.
Is coffee anti-corona? Because that's what you just gave me, sir.
That dry cough.
My buddy's going off about Fallout. You don't want to know about Fallout. He's just
What?
like, let me tell you something about Fallout 76 right now.
Bring him in Discord.
I know, right? Get on Discord, brother. Oh, but I hope you're gaming out there, and I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're smoking a little bit of reefer. I hope you're relaxing tonight. Listen, if you don't smoke cannabis on the daily, and it's not your thing, you know, but you've done it from time to time, you're not going to a party next week, man. Okay? You should probably go pick up a little bit of product, and you should probably smoke a little bit and relax and do it when the kids are asleep, so that then you can go to sleep. If you don't want to smoke, go with some chocolates. If you don't want to, you know.
Did you say cannabis?
Hell yeah, I said cannabis. You know,
That
and if you're,
Ricardo flip, dude.
yeah, so yeah,
I love that Ricardo flip, dude.
I love it. So yeah, but if you, you know, if you want to get a good night's sleep, you know, go. You know, why do you gotta, you know, pour the Jack and gin? Why don't you pop cannabis? See what that does for you. Why don't you wait 30 minutes? Why don't you pop a nice little cannabis chocolate? See what that does for you in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If you like that, do another one, and then go the F to sleep.
Listen to this
You know
high
what I'm saying?
qual.
Just go to sleep, and that way you'll be good. Pop a cannabis.
This is a high qual Papa cannabis talk over here.
It's going to be pills. It's going to be regulated dosages. You know where I'm going
You
with
just
this.
pop a cannabis.
I don't say things.
How many cannabises do you pop?
How many? You know what I'm saying? I don't say things without meaning, and I say them because I want people to get up on my level. But
Get on my level.
get on my level, man. You don't think that you're going to get? You don't think you're going to get a pill of 35 milligrams of all these cannabinoids that the back of your box is going to say, and you're going to go, "Do you want to sleep tonight? Here, pop cannabinoid pharma, pop." You know, pop that right in your mouth, and you're going to go, "I'm going to go sleep. Good night." You know.
Dude, where's your buddy with the Fallout talk? Let's talk about how Bethesda destroyed an empire. Let's talk about Obsidian. Let's talk about God Howard and the fucking rise and fall.
You know,
of
you said
Fallout 76.
You know, you said, you know.
What?
No, you didn't. I'm sorry. Ron said, you know, Ron said you hold out, but you're part of the untethered crew, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were untethered all the way through. So you're part of not selling out. So let me get Ezra
What?
on your coffee weed high horse here. Oh my God, I love it. Ezra, what do you think about these big guys buying out all these smaller guys for pennies on the dollar, like Ron was just saying? And what time is a good time to sell out?
Selling ass for suckers.
What time is a good time to sell out? Or is there ever a good time to sell out? Some people sell out to the kids. Just know that.
You sell out when your grandkids got college tuition. That's when you sell out.
When you got grandkids' college tuition.
In the bank.
Okay, but what if college tuition doesn't look like that in the future? And what else?
saying
What else do you have
inflation.
besides, you know, college tuition?
You say, if I had grandkids, if there was a future, if 35 years from now somebody needed inflated $250,000, $500,000, how much would that cost? Put that in the bank.
Somebody posted, the only thing you sell out of is stock.
Oh, shit.
You don't think that they control the stock market by the time you're up there, dude? There's regulators, brother. You realize what it takes to go public? You might as well bend over now, you know? So what I said is it's up to the relationships you have, and it's up to who you hire. It's to who you hire. The relationships you have and who you hire. The people that you're going to cultivate in your company. Those are the important key things of what to do, right?
Yeah.
It's about quality people.
Yeah.
You know? Quality cannabis too.
Yeah.
Like Untethered.
If you're in a cannabis company, for sure it's about quality cannabis.
Yeah. You guys are all about quality.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you guys are able to produce. And you because you're scientists and you're craftsmen. Like you guys are like, oh man, we dive into that stuff.
The only thing you sell out of is stock.
I guess it's inventory. Hell yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we know what's up. We know
I
what's
saw
up.
the inventory.
So if you're here and you don't sell out, it's about the people you surround yourself with, right? Because you need those people also not to want to sell you out.
True.
Because you might be the last person to strike the gavel, and you just went public, you just got bought out, and you got to deal with it, and you got to deal with your partners, right? So it's about the people you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
So it's about the quality, it's about the networking, it's about staying continually, connecting. It's about playing games in the middle of the night, hanging out with your friends. Don't lose that, man. Don't lose that, I lost that with a few of my friends tonight. I'm sorry for those who are watching out me who I can't play right now. This man doesn't have BattleNet. Actually, I can just pretend like I'm playing this. So anyway, yeah, so there's my APN. Is it pretty good? I'm not even looking.
Yeah.
Not even looking.
Now we look at that.
Not even looking. Not even looking. I just won. I'm just gonna let it autoplay at this point. I had it hooked up to my brain right now.
Shit.
So I'm already running that game.
Dude, StarCraft, I'm surprised you're not on the League of Legends. Controlling, I
played LOL, dude, and I got bored.
What?
I'm sorry.
The new fucking Draven update? What?
That's like people playing Mario Sunshine right now. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of bored.
Mario Sunshine?
They're like, dude, have you played the new Mario this? And I'm like, meh. Yeah. Why don't I play the new Halo? Because I played more Halo 1 and Halo 2 and Halo 3 than a human should play.
Yeah, true.
We had online tournaments.
Yeah.
We were like making money off of it. It was fun. It was a blast. And I didn't make much, but man, it was great to bet rounds, to be in tournaments. Microsoft had a best Halo in Halo 2 1v1 tournament. And my guy from my group won it. He's Canadian. His name was Kibosh. Shout out to Kibosh if this ever reaches him one day. You will never beat Kibosh in Halo.
Kibosh, the Canadian.
Kibosh would join us. Like, we would know Kibosh, the Canadian. The dude put a dot on his freaking TV so that he can make sure his reticle was always focused. That's a fucking pro move, man. To put a fucking reticle dot on your...
A dirty cheater move is what that is.
But the way he moved in Halo was fucking nuts, man. This guy would move around you like you could just float in air, and you'd be like that thing where like you would move your sensitivity to 9 but it'd be too fast, so you'd move it back to 3 but then it'd be too slow. This guy practiced on 9, and if you need to kick your ass, he'd do it on 10. And he'd practice so hard on 9, okay, that when your ass is on 6, all you see is feet or him passing by your screen as he fucked you up.
Damn.
And you'd be like, I don't know where he is. And then he'd throw these grenades that were perfect. He'd shoot you perfect. He'd know all the tips and tricks. And so Kibosh was a friend of ours that he wasn't officially our crew. We had our 4-man crew that we ran.
Yeah.
We ran some people through it that could kind of keep up with us. But then when Kibosh came in, it was like, yo, man, how's your kill death ratio, brother? What's your KDR like? And it's like...
He just smashed it.
Like, it was no fun. You'd be like, I'm looking for people to kill when Kibosh plays. Because this motherfucker will take out half the team, and I'm like, yo, man, where is everybody? This is a boring ass game.
Yeah, it's a boring.
And then you'd be like, and then we get so bored, we'd play Kibosh, and he'd take all 4 of us on, and we were a top team.
Really?
Yeah, dude, we took on. Does anybody out there remember Final Boss? In the Halo 2 days, they were called Final Boss. They were the first Halo 2 team winner, and we would play. And when we play like that, and you play late at night. And when you play late at night like this, like right now it's just starting to kick on, but it's not there yet. You think you're playing with pros out there? You got to be out of your fucking mind. Those guys.
You talking about ranked or what?
Yeah, ranked. Oh, fuck yeah.
He's like,
ranked. This guy over here. You're talking about ranked? Yeah, man, I'm talking about ranked, you non-ranked player. God, you're just a dick, huh? You're like me, where you're like, hey, I'm going to play some non-ranked games. So I can just kind of warm up, pointing some noobs. I'm going to go 0 deaths. I'm going to get, double the amount of kills as the second dude. And then I'm going to hop into ranked. That's what everybody does out there.
Oh, yeah.
And so we
He's like, of course I'm playing ranked.
So ranked, and then and these guys were the number one. Like, these guys were sponsored to where all they did was play. That was their job. And then me and my crew would hop on, and we started playing a lot of their guys. Started playing number 2 brackets, number 3 brackets, and we were just fucking killing them.
What?
Killing them, man. And we never got to play them at like their professional level. We're just playing them as they're just kind of practicing, right? And they're trying to find. We had final boss. We had 3 of the members of the 4 final boss versus us, and they had a buddy that joined. And so you had these crews. You had clans, right? You had people out there that had clans, and then those clan members would hop in from time to time. Every time you had a dude dropped out, and you kept the ball rolling. It was like a game of clan potato.
Oh yeah.
Where you kept it going. You know, you'd have 5 members of the clan playing at all times, right?
Nope.
So your clan was always out there. It was always moving. It was always on the rise, and so people would jump in. But we had our 4, which was led by 2 good friends of mine, me, and the Asian who's actually the Asian who's streaming on Fortnite right now. Not trying to be racist. I was told not to be racist, but my friend is called the Asian. His name's Dustin, and he's streaming on Fortnite right now. He's my age.
Well, why don't you bring him up? Where's he at?
And I don't. You'd have to bring up. He's on the.
What's he on Mixer?
Yeah, he's on Mixer.
Mixer.
Can you bring up Mixer?
Yeah.
I guarantee you the Asian might even be on Mixer right now. And so anyway,
on Mixer?
So let me get back to it. So the Asian was our 4th, and so is me, Fraggle Radley, and my buddy who just hit me up actually the other day. He's like, "Hey, we want to play some Halo 2?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude! I haven't talked to you in 2 years." Like, "What's up, bro?" And I was like, "What's up, man? We should play." He's like, "Just download this fucking 120 gig game real quick and let's play some Halo 2." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll see you down the road, bro. I'm not downloading the fucking Master Chief 120 gig monster on my Xbox right now just to play the one Halo 2 out of the 4-part saga, but it wouldn't let me download the one Halo 2 out of it." I'm like, "Come on, man, take that out." And by the way, I already paid for Halo 2 last time I checked Microsoft.
Well, no.
So why is that not on my Xbox One? Riddle me this, but now you want me to pay, money and download 120 some odd gigs? Not cool. Let's think about that for a minute. What about the games that you guys bought out there that they make you want to buy again? I had games on Xbox Arcade that are retroed into Xbox, and now some of those games they make me want to pay for them.
Really?
But I owned it, and I played it for like 3 fucking years on Xbox Live, and now you want me to buy that game again?
Really?
How does that make sense?
Why?
Because the rights changed, man. Because somebody owns it now, and they're like, anybody that buys this game, they gotta pay us.
But what if you already own it?
They don't care about you. They scrubbed that list a long time ago.
Jeez.
Microsoft didn't pay them enough.
Wow. That's crazy.
They're like, not worth keeping that list, Microsoft. We're going to scrub that game. I don't know what you're talking about. And Microsoft didn't. And so anyway, can you imagine if a game was like, we don't care about that deal?
Yeah.
Buy that many copies. We get $1, and Microsoft's like, we're not going to make $1. It's called retro. And they're like, we don't care.
Yeah.
It's new people. Any new game on your console.
That sucks, right?
It does. It's like playing the PlayStation 1s on PlayStation 2s, I think.
Yeah.
It's like at some point you can't play PlayStation 1s and you gotta plug in your PlayStation 1. So, but there's no way to do it. I mean, go plug in your Xbox 360 if you wanna go play that stuff, right? You know, there you go. You wanna go play that, but it's not really your game. I think it's gonna end up like John Deere.
Well, I rebought GTA 5 twice because I wanted it on PC. I wanted that first person edition.
Do you first person on GTA 5?
Oh yeah,
all the time. Oh yeah, you don't third person at all?
Yeah, sometimes here and there when I want to look at myself.
Dude, I like to do first person on GTA a lot, just cool. Solo. Mm-hmm. So me and my cousin, Sam, we GTA, like that's probably the most touched game that I do.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm a 378.
Damn.
Sam is he's almost 500.
Oh, multiplayer?
He's almost a 500. Almost. Yeah, we do nothing but play GTA Online.
What?
So it's only GTA Online. We don't play any of the.
You guys need to be on Discord playing with us.
Do you guys play GTA Online?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got so many toys out there. He's probably playing right now, man. He's probably grooving right now.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't know if he's still watching. Sam's still watching. He might send me a.
You guys should be on PC.
My buddy said ZeniMax ruined it completely. Poor Bethesda.
ZeniMax. What? He's talking about Fallout again.
It's all gonna fall. But yeah. So my cousin's out there. He's playing GTA a lot, and I'm playing GTA. So yeah, he's high up there. Yeah, like I said. Sorry, it's my phone again. But that's but yeah, that's a good game. It's a fun game. It's an interesting game, and they just keep expanding GTA. Like Rockstar doesn't give a 2 fucks about their money. They just dump it.
Yeah, true.
They're just like, it's gonna 10-year game. Remember they said it's a 10-year game? Mm-hmm. They're on like, what year are they on? 12 GTA Online? GTA 5?
GTA 5? No.
When did GTA 5 come out?
It got released in like
Here, Magic, keep looking.
2015, I bet you.
You should be moving these up.
Let's check it out.
When did GTA 5 come out? And then at that point, hey, he's a product man too. So you got that?
Yeah, watch out. Might hit the lid.
So anyway, they were calling that a 10-year game, but
10-year shit.
But it's been longer than 10 years, hasn't it?
No, nobody does
When
fucking.
did GTA 5 come out?
Nobody does 10-year games these days. That's out of the.
When are we going live, by the way?
What?
Came out 2013.
Wow.
So they're going to call it a 10-year game, and they're looking at 10 years. 10 years. Not like a 10-year.
It's not too far from now.
Yeah, but there's 10 years. And they got a little bit of freemium in there. You can buy shark cards now, so you can just hop online and keep up with the big boys. But
that's not freemium. That's the opposite of buying shark
cards is freemium, bro.
What?
That's freemium. That means everybody buys the game. If you want to have all these other toys, you can either work for it,
or you just buy it for money.
Or if you're a rich kid sitting in LA who's got some money to do what they want to do in life, then you just buy some shark cards. And Rockstar is making probably, I'm sure, a bunch of money off that, right?
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, we're not idiots. But they put their money right back into adding so much.
Mm-hmm.
So much. Yeah.
That's true.
I think I don't have a dry cough. That's good.
That's good.
But it doesn't mean I won't have one tomorrow. Okay. COVID has a slow
build.
Slow build. So it's not. We'll see what's up. If I'm not here the next 3 months.
The next 3 months.
You know what happened to me.
You know what happened to me. I went down.
Le Covid. Le Covid.
What do you think about ready to wrap it up or what?
Yeah, I'm curious how. Well, I mean, it's still the night's still young for the gamers out there.
Yeah, it's true.
Like so what I was saying is that if you really honestly think that you're like, you think you're all that in a bag of chips. You think your game arm is strong. These guys are playing non-ranked right now. They're stretching their legs. You know what I'm saying? They might have played a ranked match already, but they're back in non-ranked right now. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the guys that you come across, the night crawlers. This is the ninja time. You know what I'm saying? This is where everybody's like, yo, a lot of people are going to sleep. Who out there is gonna beat me tonight? Who out there is gonna make me go, this guy is good. What's his name? Because you've been beating people out there for a while, haven't you? You've been smashing people in the non. Do you even remember the last guy that you just pwned on in a non-ranked match? My ninja friend, my outclassed ninja friend, trying to find in the dead of the night.
Yeah.
What samurai is going to take this man down? You know what I'm saying? That's you out there, right? That's you out there saying, I'm so good at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This mother, and you just like, it's like you're just trying to do your thing, you know? Just trying to do your thing, but you kind of hope in the shadows somebody wants to poke the bear. Someone wants to poke you, and you're really good. You got something you've been playing. I mean, man, some games I've been playing for 10 years almost.
What?
10 years, man, some games. You know, I used to, I mean, there's some Tetris players out there that have been at it for, 20 years? Pac-Man players have been out. They're probably playing right now, dude. And you know what they're doing? If there's any online version of it, because they can't go to an arcade, right? You can't go to an arcade and say, hey, my COVID brother, hey, you want to play some quarter? Put your quarter up. No, none of that. They're online right now.
Quarter up? Yeah, quarter up's going to be.
And they're sitting in there and they're going, who's out there, man? Who's the ninja out there that's going to beat me tonight? Whose name am I going to remember tomorrow that just raked me through the coals? Maybe not even remember tomorrow. Most people don't remember. I probably don't remember because I get my ass kicked from time to time.
Apocalypse round. What time are you trying to take off?
What's up?
I need to get a ride with Apocalypse round when he's ready.
Oh yeah. Well, when Drawn done, I'll call it. We'll be good at that point. I do actually have to head home at some point in my life.
Yeah, play some fucking StarCraft.
I'll probably hop on some SC, maybe some GTA. Actually, it's either actually gonna be one or the other. It's gonna be either GTA or SC. And that's if I'm feeling. I got some cold pizza that's sitting at home. Thanks to
Cold
what?
pizza.
Yeah,
Damn.
man, I'm gonna eat some pizzas.
That sounds good.
Make sure I got a safe drive and all that. But yeah, when Ron's ready, we'll do that. We'll wrap it up. How you doing? You doing okay?
Yeah. Feeling a little tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what's interesting is late at night. You know, a 35-year-old and how old are you, man?
37.
37. So it's really interesting is late at night, sometimes you feel like you still got it when you're hanging out with, when it's like, you know what I'm talking about, when it's 1 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And you're meeting some guys that might be your age. They could be 12 years old, dude. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
They could be a 7-year-old little girl who is just smashing you. And you're just like, who is this person? They've been playing for eons. Nope, they're just kicking your ass, and you don't know what is up, and you just might as well break your keyboard in half. You might as well throw your controller through the TV.
Damn.
If you found out even that they were even that young and they just think better than you, and you just got no game. You just got no game compared to that. And you're just like, that's some Rain Man, another level, BS. I ain't dealing with this. Move on to the next game or whatever you got to do. But point is that those people are out tonight. I hope that you find them.
Still have time.
Do you know what a Ronin is?
A Ronin? A masterless samurai that wanders the country?
That's who's out there, my friend. You see, we have Ronins. You know who you are. You see, there's the battles of ancient times. And when the warlords and the emperors and the tribesmen and the kings were done with their conquests, what do you do with the soldiers?
I don't know.
The mercenaries.
They're
still looking for blood. They're still waiting for a challenge. They were told they were supposed to die in the field. Why did they survive, right?
Yeah.
Well, when gaming came around, I saw these men. I saw these young kids. They were 12, 14, 15, 16. What were we? 8, maybe 7 years old?
Yeah.
It wasn't our dads. Nah, it was these teenagers that were holding up these trophies and saying, I won something. I did something with my life. What'd you do today? What'd you do? Avoid shitting your bed or peeing your bed? Sure. I've never shit my bed, but you know, avoid wetting the sheets when you're 7.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes you gotta shit the bed.
I don't think I've ever shit. I might have once in my life. You know, with age comes possibility.
Yeah.
So, but those guys are done. And now the 7 and 8-year-olds were warriors, you know, on the interwebs. We're warriors out there on the internet, and we've been playing these games for so long.
Sure.
You might think that we're slow, which trust me, we are. My APN, nowhere near some fucking 20-year-old kid that just got his hands on the new StarCraft 2, you know, and look at all this jazz and blah blah blah.
Yeah, true.
And he's fast.
Who's this guy?
He learns fast. That's Lobo.
Lobo.
Yeah. Loco TV. Lobo or Loco? You don't have to. You can change it. You can get some trippy shit going if you want.
Yeah, what is that?
So, but yeah, it's but you know, we're out there, and we want our battles. And now now you're a Ronin the whole time. Nobody's your master, dude. Who's your master?
Masterless.
What game could you kick my ass on that you probably know in your heart you could beat the shit out of me? And I probably haven't really played it that well, but I wouldn't have the arrogance enough to say, hey man, I'm gonna kick your ass in that game real quick. Watch this. What, Street Fighter 2?
Probably not those Halo games. Probably Battlefield 3.
I'd kick your ass in Halo.
Yeah, probably so.
And I got the friends and I got the records to prove it.
I bet.
Yeah. But Battlefield?
Yeah, probably some Battlefield.
I'd kick your ass in Battlefield.
Shit.
No, that'd be good. Because you just said you'd kick my ass in Battlefield. You know what that entices me to do? That entices me to want to play you, my friend. Because I'm like, dude, I'd kick your ass in Battlefield. Really? Yeah. That's awesome. Game on, man. Let's play a round of chess. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't get to say that in many other cultures. You don't get to say that in many other ways.
Yeah.
Did our ancestors get to say that? Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, but then they go to war and kill each other.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, I thought my king was supposed to fight your king. No, why the fuck are we here?
Gladiators got to say that, but
play a game of chess, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's our game of chess. It's definitely our game of chess. We love to play games. StarCraft is a huge game of multi-tier chess. Did you know that? If you took chess, you ever played chess on those large, you know, like four set tiers, right? Yeah. And you got to play chess, and it's diagonal too.
Emergency shit.
That's my StarCraft, baby. Because I can't play chess on those things. I love to play chess the regular way, but that's my StarCraft. That's what I play. I play that multi-tier, multi-way. I'm thinking. And you know what? There's a game out there where you can be a Ronin. There's a game out there where you could fight Ronin.
What?
But what we do know is there's a game out there. And so I hope everyone's playing. Hope everyone's doing good. And everyone's, you know, having fun. Hope they're streaming. I hope they're sharing with their friends. I hope they're just getting along. I hope they're talking. I hope they're like, yo, man, talking to my friends tonight. I'm hanging out. I'm sharing my life. I'm showing, hey, this is what I'm doing for a living, and we're doing a common thing. Whether you're in a Netflix chat studio, you're on Discord, hanging out, playing some World of Warcraft, you know, playing some StarCraft, playing some LOL, you know. I just want you to ROFL, but not too hard that you lose control of your computer. What are people saying in the chat? People are going ham. Have we been not liking? I hope we're doing okay. We're up to 4 at a constant 4. Is that good?
That's not bad.
And I think I got other people looking, but it's not popping up on that because I think they're actually YouTubing it. So,
Chris Kelly said, "Whose guy is this?" Watching the YouTubes? He doesn't know. He has no idea.
Kelly's coming out of a match right now. I'm sure I hope he's been watching. He's playing checkers. No, he's saying this game is checkers. People do play checkers in this industry, and it is actually kind of funny when you watch it. You're like, you know, this is chess, right?
There's some high quality checkers.
People are playing some really high quality checkers, and you're like, cool, man. I practice that with my kids at home. Are we ready to play, or are we ready to go? You know,
checkers.
Stop messing around. And unfortunately, in this industry, there's a lot of messing around. Do you think there's a lot of messing around? A lot of kind of just. You think there's still? I mean, remember like when it was kind of like really great? It was just like sorry for my profanity out there, children, but there's a lot of like jerking around, man. Like people just jerk each other around. People are like, hey man, I'm gonna get you that thing, and nothing would ever come through because they'd say that to 50 people, and you'd be like, don't talk to that guy. Like what? Because he's gonna tell you he's gonna get that thing, and it never happens. Yeah. He's saying he knows other people because he meets a lot of other people constantly, and people just jerk you around because they wanted to fake it till they made it. And it was like, man, there's like nothing real. Everything's just so this and that, and they can't weave through the BS to get what's real. Do you think that that's still present? You think that's still like heavy and still happening? Or do you think, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You think there's still so much BS until you actually get to something real?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Always, huh?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you think that there's any coming out of that?
Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. It took a couple of years up in Washington for the BS to calm down.
It's still happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. High quality deflection. People literally are saying that you're just like the stuff is just like you just won't answer. You feel like you act like a lawyer on my show.
Who, me?
Yeah, on my guest hosting. This is the host, by the way.
I don't know.
And I'm the guest host, and this guy acts like a lawyer. Do you have any good questions, Ezra?
Who, me? I got no questions. I'm just chilling.
Just chilling.
We can go for a couple
This is great.
hours now.
This is great.
Can't say chicken on air, bro. Whatever.
He just repeated it. I like that. He's like, you can't say. Yeah, there's
we can say a lot of shit on air. 18 plus.
God knows where this is. We're already up to now 5 people. Like I said, as long as there's one, I'll probably talk my ears off. And I've been held against my will. I'm not the host. He is. I'm a guest, and now I've turned into the guest host because if they put a microphone in front of me, and I've been quarantined for 2 weeks, and I'm in the industry of high risk insurance and the financial sides of the hemp and the cannabis. I gotta talk. I gotta chat. I gotta yap because I'm tired of talking to my kids, and I'm not gonna sit here and talk about cannabis and insurance and risk. I mean, I can a little bit. If you want to ask some good questions, I'll give you my insight. But dude, I've been talking that all week. I've been talking that weeks and weeks and weeks, man. Like I'm good. You know? Like if these guys want to ask a question, You know, like for sure, man. I'll ask, you know, hey, where do you see the economy going, you know, in the industry? Hey, where do you see happening in hemp right now? Hey, what's going on, you know, at the, you know, in Washington that's affecting us in Cali, and what's vice versa, you know, the health industry. You know, we're working closely with the health industry. You plead the fifth for sure, you know. And there's a lot happening with the health industry. I'm working with some local people that work closely with the hospitals on getting them the right equipment and stuff like that.
This music sounds like it's an intense news report. We got a lot of stuff going on how this shit is. Let's take it live to the live to the industry. Find out what's going on in the streets.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot happening. And I would say that the best thing for you out there, honestly, don't take it from me. You know, I'm like, honestly, man, take everything I say with a grain of salt, check out your sources. But here's what I would do is I would try to find news media outside of the United States.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I actually post to a few.
Who? Fucking Rupert Murdoch?
I post. No, seriously, I'll tell you my post right now because I'm actually not afraid. I post to Fox News. I post to CNN. I post to MSNBC. I post to Today. I post to Al Jazeera in English.
What?
Yeah. I post to China and South Korea news outlets.
You post to Alibaba?
Like by me saying posting, I mean that I put those on my feed. Like I go, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of a rounded view.
I don't like the word posting. Like,
yeah, I was like, what do you post?
I don't. I really don't. But I
the walrus is in.
The walrus is in.
Where's walrus at?
But who's walrus?
Oh, walrus is fucking. He's high qual wall.
He's high qual wall.
Yeah, we got high qual.
We got a high qual wall out there.
I think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Bring anybody you know. If you got somebody out there that's gaming out there, it's time to get your mouse and your keyboard ready, to get your controller ready. To put on your listeners, it's 10:30. I know that you guys are high AF. You guys have been hitting or quitting, and I hope you got some energy. You probably just had a little bit of the munchies and you're feeling tired, but you got some sugar coming. Maybe you're snacking late. Maybe you got something running through your blood, but you're ready to fight. You're ready to give it all you got. You got a few more matches in you. I know you do.
A few more matches?
A few more matches in you, at least. You got a few more rounds. It's 10:30. Did you want to go to bed at 10:30 on Friday night when you were like, I'm gonna bust my ass, work it, just try to do the best I can during this horrible time right now. Think smarter, think harder, try to just give it all you got. And then now it's 10:30 Friday night when you said, I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna game like crazy. What's going on?
See who's coming in.
Huh?
Just checking the front door.
You gotta check out who's coming in the studio. We're in a secure place.
Dwayne the Vegan ready to come in the studio.
Ezra's trying to quit on me. I don't know how long I got. How long ever you want to post. That's what we're doing. We're going to change the word post.
COVID Watch 2020.
Look at this guy using my name.
High qual wall.
Yo, man, you're not supposed to use my last name.
That's
not what you're supposed to do here.
That's his nickname.
That's my nickname. I'm in the cannabis insurance industry. I'm paying for it on the front line.
On the fronts. I'm waiting for old Dwayne the fucking Vegan.
You know, but let's keep it going, man. Let's let our friends listen to this. I think we got some interesting things to say, and if we can get your left ear, if we can honestly just get your left ear while your right ear is focused on your boys and you're running your crew and you're out there and you're gaming, if you don't got somebody to game, you need to hit them up and go, yo man, let's hop on, let's go and get this thing on your left. You could literally do video and video and video and video. Do we got another screen up here? I think people are kind of StarCraft out. I can talk about StarCraft all day long.
What?
But at the end of the day, like, people get bored of that shit, man. People get kind of tired of it. You know what we should do? We should do Getting High with Doug podcast in the background.
What?
People just have no idea what they're saying. No, I'm just joking.
We gotta stay away from the stuff with words to get the high quality visuals going.
You gotta get high quality visuals, yeah, exactly. But yeah, why don't you throw us? What else do you throw on here? As what do you change it up to in a few hours? And you're like, man, let me change things up. How do you do that? How do you shift?
You just shift.
It's on the fly, man.
You just transition.
Yeah. You're really raw dogging a podcast. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
You know that.
Yeah, oh, it's road dog.
Yeah, you're not taking any precaution.
No protection.
No, you're just going full in. I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, in like 2 months, you can make it better, and you make it a little bit better, and then eventually
you're like, dude, I'm fully prepared to have a chat with this podcast.
Yeah,
and we've thought about it, we've talked about it, and I'm just jumping right in.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I'm so tired. Hopped up on coffee, and once again, can't leave. There's there's a lockdown. First off, so let's talk about that. Okay. Second off, I've been a talkative type, and you put me a mic in front of me, so I'm gonna keep going.
That's right.
And then you left, which is just like, okay, let me just ramble, I guess. And it's a good thing I'm rambling.
Just ramble?
But I can talk for hours. Most insurance guys can talk for hours. They just don't.
Sure.
They don't. Not when I have my clients on the phone. I'm very pointed. I'm very quick. I'm just like, this is
short and to the point.
Very short and to the point. Because nobody wants to talk about insurance and coverage and risk and blah blah. I just got to be like, yo, man, I hope I dropped the seed and hope it's all good. How's your family doing? Okay, doing all right. And
Mama didn't raise no quitters.
Exactly.
That's what this guy said.
That's right. But yeah, so I mean, I'm just very pointed about risk and very pointed about it, and then the rest of the time it's just about, how you doing and what's up, but when I'm off the phone and I'm talking to people and I'm exploring their mind, sometimes I can be a little chatty Cathy, and then you just told me, you're like, dude, go be a chatty Cathy, and I'm like,
be a chatty Cathy. That's what you got the coffee for. You got a microphone.
You don't know how bad I can be a chatty Cathy. I can go down some rabbit holes that I'm just like, yo, man, I'm just spitballing, and then people are gonna be like, dude, I lost him at step 2.
What?
This guy doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I can go a little fast, and I can go down some rabbit holes that I don't, piece that ladder down together pretty well once it's late at night and on coffee.
We're ready for full rabbit hole.
You want to do a full rabbit hole discussion?
Oh yeah, we're going vegan living with Dwayne. You're about to do guest host.
Do you think we're alone?
Dwayne the vegan
in the universe.
In the universe, shit. Yeah. It depends on alone-ish if you consider fucking another exact carbon-based fucking similar.
Do you think there's another type of what we might call living or non-living, but a thinking beings out there that make decisions based off the world that they see around them?
Oh yeah,
using sight. Using specifically sight and make rational decisions off that sight like we do. Like most of our brain, most people don't know, most of our brains actually focus towards eyesight. So we really, really like to look around the world around us. We love the visual. We always love the visual, don't we? Now look at this, man. We got screen on screen, and there's people watching this on screen, and they're probably playing something, which is there could be a 4-screen parallel here, or there could be this screen next to another screen, and they're just like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? But the point is, we love visuals. I won't go too far down these rabbit holes. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's another beings out there that work off visuals just like we do? Maybe they see a little bit more in the infrared that aren't from Earth? This music, man, it's just kind of good.
Yeah, there's probably,
You don't have proof. I know you don't have proof.
There's probably,
This is question 1, by the way.
Question 1?
Yeah.
This guy.
I'm not going to just jump right in without you following,
Sometimes
man.
You gotta
Listen, this is Untethered.
Dirty.
And I really appreciate and absolutely love the opportunity to guest host here at Untethered. But when you're untethered out there, make sure you reach out that hook and grab a buddy from time to time and just hang out. Just hang out for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Just hook a friend. Just send this stuff out. Say, hey man, you got to watch this stuff. I don't know why it's different. It's different tonight. We should be different. We should be unique, and we should do different things, and we should see if it works. So if this works, send it out. If you want to get Untethered, I appreciate the Untethered group setting up the Untethered podcast out here, playing the Untethered music on Spotify, and just really enjoying. They got these brands. They got Dab Sauce. They got all this product out here that they've been running. I don't know. I see that. But they've been running this product. They make all sorts of terp sauces and dabs. They come from traditional and smart business tactics, and it's just, this is what happens when you have a group of guys that know how to merge really know how to merge the industry. It's about the tactics used in the traditional market. Some people might call the black market, and it's about using those same tactics of what works and what doesn't work, and understanding what doesn't work and bringing it over into what the industry looks like. It's not all white collar here, it's not all black collar here, and it's not all gray collar here. It's green collar, man. This is new cannabis. This is how it works. This is how industry works. Keep up. You don't like what it looks like, you don't understand what it looks like, keep up. It's fast, super fast. This is where ideas are born. And I like to come down here and enjoy my company with these guys and just explore kind of what's happening. What ideas are people, creating on the ground floor that echo up, that show this is what the new industry is going to be like? Because those ideas that last are the ideas you're going to hear about. These companies decide to do this, and these companies decide to do that, and that one failed, and that one lost, and that one won. And then other companies are going to mimic that. Other companies are gonna understand what works and what doesn't work. The Amazons of the world wasn't a saying. There was Amazon, and nobody gave two shits about Amazon until it worked, and it made a lot of money, and then it became the Amazons of the world, the Walmarts of the world. It's a custom model, man. People are just repeating it because they know it works, and it's only going to work for a little while until a better idea will. And so it's, we're watching business, we're helping out big business, we're helping out the small guy, we're helping out everybody get together in the same damn room. That's what I do. I try to do what I can. I try to get people in the same damn room, and I go, this is how risk works. And people want to hear what I say, because when they're in a position where they want to hear it, I'm not going to do it now, but they want to know what's going to work in the models that they see in the traditional market, and they want to see what's going to happen with their models if they lean on people who have a traditional mindset, that work. And they're not going to copy them. They're going to try to find a way to work with the people that have the vision, that can understand that, because by the time that they're understanding the new models, they don't understand what's on the next forefront, and they might get stuck in it. And so I see that side leading on the traditional side coming down off the hills and stepping up and saying, hey, let's do this industry solid, and let's help out with our knowledge that we have. Look, when you order cannabis, is it so different from ordering a pizza? Is it so different from ordering groceries? Or are they just now the Amazons of the world that deliver to your front door during this horrible pandemic? They've been deemed essential. Who does that? You can still go get hemp, CBD, gummies. You can get all this quality diamond sauce if you don't feel like having a beer tonight, but you feel like having a dab, because that's your thing, man. You feel like having both. Shit. No one's gonna judge you. Just be kind to others. Just be good to others. You should enjoy the products. You should enjoy the plant. It should be just another staple in society. It should just be another commodity. And people have hops, people have wheat, people have barley, people have rice, and they make some of the hardest liquor you can imagine out of that stuff. So it's just a plant, man. It's just a tool. How you use it is fine, as long as that's deemed legal and essential, and we can see it, a good safe measure right now for what to do. You should be toking up, you should be hanging out, you should get some sleep when you need to get some sleep. But other than that, other than that, you should just be chilling, man. And I hope you're doing good out there, and I hope that you're gaming your ass off. It's about to start. You need to focus. You need to focus all your energy. It's almost 11 o'clock. You know what that means? That means the gamers are coming out. I know around 10:30 to like midnight, the gamers start poking out.
Yep.
Servers start getting warm. They're heating up the cold night.
Oh yeah.
People see the lights going on. People are starting to show up for work that work at server farms. They're going, they're getting the coffee going. You know, they're getting relaxed. They're about to hop on themselves. You don't want to fuck with that guy. By the way, he runs the server farm that you're playing the game on.
I know.
He's gonna fuck your shit. You got to watch out for Server Dan. Yeah. Server. Anybody with the name Server in their name, I fucking avoid, dude. I'm like, hell no. I'm gonna get away from that stuff.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, we're all done.
So you be good out there. It's gonna be a fun one, and keep gaming. I've been a fantastic.
You've been a fantastic
guest host. I would thank myself for having me. It's been an honor. It's been an honor. I'm absolutely humbled. Thank you so much to the Untethered crew for master hosting, the guest hosting. I've been great. I'd like to thank Ezra here for hosting, not hosting. I'd like to thank Ron for hosting, not hosting. I'd like to thank Parkin for hosting, not hosting.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Chris Kelly. You know who you are, brother. And thanks for having me. So I'm going to throw it back in you and stop performing. But I really appreciate it. And thank you for everybody listening out there. Thanks everybody for having great questions and chiming in. I think we got up to a whopping 5.
Oh, top of 5.
I think that's 5. So I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire at 5. I hit 5.
We're gonna have you back next week.
But you know what I would do?
What?
I'd love to come back as a host.
You should.
I mean, that's how tired I am. As a guest.
A real guest?
I'd love to come back as a guest.
As a real host?
Slip.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'd love to come back as a guest, and I'd love to hear somebody else talk for a change. Because I'm probably not going to do this again.
Yeah, it was fun.